Welcome everyone to the final round of the Scottish Virtual Drift Series. This is round 6, and today is a very special event indeed, as we are not at Driftland, we are at Teesside. This is a collaboration event with DLGB, one of our sponsors. Thank you so much for them coming on board, making this happen. It is a great day, and there's a lot going on. Austin Dunn is here with me at the commentary booth. I am slow my words today.
That's okay there, Brendan. Absolutely. It's great to be back here in the SVDS booth. Thank you very much for the lovely introduction there, Brendan.
It's been a while. It has been a while. But we have got some amazing prizes. Sorry, Austin. We have got some amazing prizes up for the series. Remember, at first place there is STRO M Wheels up for grabs, as well as lovely GTR Mega products following second and third. But we have our first driver for qualifying, which is Alan Fletcher, all the way from Scotland, representing his home turf.
Alrighty, Alan Fletcher. This is going to be a fantastic run to kick off the day. Here we go, setting it into that first corner. Look at that, Alan Fletcher just sending it real hard. That BMW looking great as it flies through those first set of clips. A big angle going into that second section of the course, that second corner, angling up. Look at that, fantastic. Oh! What is going on there? That BMW just looking like it's having a bit of trouble there, not able to keep it in drift. That was a bit of a mistake there from Mr. Alan Fletcher. What do you think there, Brandon?
Definitely, indeed. It seems that he must have bogged out, didn't get the clutch kick where he needed it, and it just unfortunately shut down, gripped up too much. Very unfortunate there for Alan, but do you get caught out on that transition, you have to be on the ball. Throttle control is essential through that second half of the course as you go into that outside zone, transferring into the main hairpin. It is a very technical section, so you've got to be on the ball. As we have Jeff Osborne coming up here, almost going into the wrong lane there, maybe just checking his wheel settings to make sure he is ready to go. But look at that, it's G87, I do believe.
G87, an interesting chassis for sure. You don't see a lot of these ones.
They are definitely getting more popular as competitions come around.
That's fair.
Representing the US of A as we have the lights going green. This line green and black. G87 coming down the main straight now. How can the American tackle with lovely Middlesbrough Teesside course? Coming into the second clip, doing a good job on the bank so far. Coming around, maybe a bit shallow compared to where he needs to be, but comes through clip 3 like an animal possessed as he comes around to outside zone 4. Just gripping up there, losing a bit of angle, but transfers in, but just dropping tyres there.
Going wide.
Yeah, the judges are not going to like that, unfortunately, and we'll have to see what they say about that.
Definitely a bit of a sloppy run there from Jeff Osborne. He definitely has to clean that one up for the second run. Hopefully he'll get a higher score there, but we'll see what the score looks like for that first run.
And it's a 68.7, so there's a lot to improve. Unfortunately, tire drops are going to be a massive, massive issue for drivers. But we have Owen Ellis also coming up representing Escuco.
Escuco, that beautiful S15. Look at that. Is that an S15? I just see the front end of one, but you never know these days, do you?
Definitely, I think it is an S15. Might be an S14.
I was about to say, we'll see it as we see the broadside coming in here to that first corner. Owen Ellis in that, it might be an S14, but look at that, swinging it wide around the corner. Maybe a bit shallower than he should be, but coming into this outside zone. Beautiful job, but maybe a bit late there as he sends it into the last corner here, coming around the outside clips. Fantastic job towards the end of that run, Owen Ellis. Finishing out the run definitely solid, but definitely some spots to clean up for sure. That late entrance into that fourth outside zone is definitely going to hurt him for sure.
77.3 is not a bad start, that's for sure. Definitely room for improvement, but definitely not too bad. But look at this. Boss.
This is a wild look. What is that, a Trans Am?
Yes, it is.
Beautiful as he sends that massive vehicle into that first corner. Wild as it's flying around here, coming into that, what is this, outside zone 4. Look at that. Beautiful job as he sets that up through the last corner here. That Trans Am is just incredible to watch. Going around a small course like this, that is fantastic. Arnold doing a great job.
Definitely. That is not an easy car to maneuver around that track. I've tried it myself in the practice servers. It is an absolute weapon of a car. But an 80.7 to start off with. Very solid first run there from Arnold Mars, also known as Carbon. So lovely stuff there. But we have Frederick Block, who's... I really hope I'm saying that correctly. But
I was about to say. Man, Frederick, this GT86, here we go. This is one of the public pack cars. Let's see if he can whip it just as hard as anybody here running their custom vehicles, sending it in. Big initiation. Look at that. High momentum from that GT86, flying around that first corner, right on that outer line. That's what you love to see. Coming into this outside zone. Oh, a bit of a correction on the angle there, but he gets it back into his hands. Big transition here, going wide on that corner. Maybe a bit of a tire drop there. It looked like it, at least. Wow, what a solid run there from Frederick for sure, Brandon. That was definitely an interesting one to watch.
For sure. It seems to be that when people come through into the technical section from outside clip 3, there seems to be a lot of grip being gained in that outside zone 4, and there's some straightening, but we'll have to see how Peter does with this in the public VDC S15. The 2J1, I do believe, as he initiates into outer clip 1, doing a nice job into 2. Looking very solid so far in that IDH S15 around to 3. Lovely slow down there. Now in outside zone 4, doing a solid job, keeping it nice and wide as he transitions now into outer clip 5. Looking very good through 6, and he comes across the line on outside clip 7. Not a bad start there for Peter. Very nice work.
Absolutely fantastic. That is a man on a mission right there for sure.
Oh my god, it is indeed. The Polish know what they're doing, that is for sure, when it comes to drifting. But we now
absolutely.
Have again, unfortunately, on a 0 on the first run. Can he redeem himself?
Here's hoping he can. Alan Fletcher rolling off the line in his BMW, ready to send it in for his second run. Big flick initiation. He's on a mission to put down a score on the board. Look at that, flying through that first corner. Bit of a big correction there. Look at that as he comes up shallow for that outside clip. Into outside zone 4 now, looking like he's trying to regain a bit of control for the run, but on that wide line, the judges definitely aren't going to like that. He might get a score on the board, but it might not be enough.
We'll have to see. Alan trying his hardest to do the best he can. Definitely looking a bit more dialed in from the rest of the season though, so he's definitely made some improvements. Just unfortunately catching himself out there a bit, but with a 56.7, we'll have to see how this goes. I mean, there's been a lot of talk between the judges saying that, mentioning this could be one of the lowest drop zones of the season, potentially, because it's a big switch up from Driftland, so we'll have to see how the drivers deal with this. But we have Jeff Osborne back at the lights once again as they go read that G87 coming through the chicane. What has he got for us? The American is going to be absolutely powering through. Big flick initiation there, going through outside clip 1. Lovely stuff so far, dealing with that outside line on the bank. Very nice there as he comes through into the slowdown for outside zone 4, doing a solid job, looking much smoother than his first run so far as he transitions to outer 5, I think it was? Yes, into 6. Maybe a bit of a checkup going into 5, but we'll have to see what the judges think.
Definitely not a perfect run, but a solid showing there from Jeff Osborne. Absolutely, definitely putting it down in that BMW.
And I think that is a 76.3, so big improvement.
Big improvement on that score, yeah, for sure. Alrighty, coming up on Owen Ellis here in that I believe it is an S14. I think we deduced that from the first run, but here we go, sending it in. Big angle for that first corner. Look at that, just absolutely carrying that momentum, sending it straight through to clip 3, looking great into outside zone 4. Absolutely fantastic as he sets that car perfectly into the outside clip 5 and 6 and throwing it through towards the end of the course. Oh, and Ellis, a solid run from him.
That was definitely something, and I've got to admit, I genuinely thought I saw that car lifting a wheel as he came into outer 4. That was something. The snap in the transition, absolutely.
Japanese RTR action lifting that wheel.
Oh yes, and an 84.7 reflecting the improvement in his run. But can that absolute weapon of a Trans Am make any improvements with Arnold Moss behind the wheel as he does a lovely initiation. Absolutely flying around the bank in that Trans Am as he comes around now into out of 4. Look at the pace he's got going through that. That thing is absolutely on rails right now as he comes around to out of 5. Look at him, he's right down the outside line where he needs to be, perfectly across out through out of 7 and across the line. He is absolutely on rails on that thing.
He threw that thing exactly where it needed to be, and it reflected. You looked at that thing, it was just every corner. He was on throttle as early as he could possibly be. It just looked like he was set it and forget it. That Trans Am looked solid.
Yes, with an 85.7, definitely going to be happy with that one. I've just seen in the chat that the Owen Ellis's car is an S14.9, so I was kind of correct on that. We have Frederick now in the GT86 in the public VDC pack car, coming around with lots of angle coming through outer clip 2, doing a very nice job there, as you can see with the Sim Magic on the side. Lovely, lovely stuff so far as he comes into out of 4. Can he get the transition nice and consistent? Yes, he can. He's right there, maybe dropping the tire. We'll have to see what the judges say as he comes across the line.
Damn, definitely a lot better from Frederick for sure. He looked a lot more confident going, especially into the outside zone 4 there. A lot less hesitation there on the angle, but looking really solid there. Here's hoping his score reflects that with a 79. Absolutely reflecting that with a bit of improvement for Frederick, but here we go. Peter coming in this S15, ready to send it in. Look at that through clip 1 and 2 already, just looking super on a mission, just poised, absolutely perfect as he comes through outside clip 3. He's looking solid through outside zone 4. A couple of little wavering, couple of little corrections here, but he's looking pretty solid through this next section of the course, finishing out the run on a banger.
That was lovely stuff there from Peter, making that S15 move. One thing I want to mention as well, really, team photographer for SVDS has pointed out that in the Trans Am there is a Cougar sat in the passenger seat, which is pretty cool. But it's an 87.7 for Peter, so wow, what
definitely a better run for him, but the group looking pretty solid here.
That is a very solid first set of scores for the first group. Wow, that's actually, I'm quite impressed actually. Everyone's dealt with that so far pretty well. So 87.7 starting off with, then you've got an 85.7, an 84.7, 79, 76.3 and a 58.3. So generally pretty consistent between all of them.
Yeah, it looks like they're staying in that 80s to 70s range for the most part, and they're definitely looking pretty solid for what's to come, but definitely more groups to get through, and we'll see where the actual cutoff point ends up for sure. It's going to be an interesting round.
Oh, definitely. It's been a very interesting long season. As you can see there, a little look back at our home turf at Driftland, which I will actually, I may as well announce this now, I actually will be there next weekend at the Scottish Drift Championship with me and Alex O'Hara, one of our judges. We're going to be competing in IRL for the first time. So if anyone's going to be there, please support us and cheer us on. It's going to be great. But I think we have the next group just coming in now, which will be starting with Caden James.
Alrighty. Well, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this next set of drivers handle the new course. It's kind of cool getting to look here. You see our home turf, that Driftland there. But coming to a new course, it's going to be interesting for a lot of our drivers, especially being so used to our home track. So we'll see how this second group handles it. Definitely a really consistent first group, which was nice to see. But we'll see how these next guys get into it.
Oh, indeed. This is actually a really, really fun track. I'm getting a lot of practice in myself, as I will be doing I am in one of the last groups, so I've got a long wait until my qualifying is due.
I was about to say, so it's kind of fun because you can almost like talk about like the strategy of it, you know? You almost like put yourself in the last group. It's like, yeah, you get the benefit of like getting to know what your goal is, but at the same time, you kind of get to know what your goal is. You know what I mean?
I get to see the drop zone.
Oh, man. But yeah, for sure. Definitely going to be an interesting round. We'll get our second group loaded in here, and we will get them sent.
I mean, I'm just doing a lap myself right now around the track, getting my runs in, and it is, I've got to say, it's the most fun I've ever had. Teesside is genuinely one of my favourite tracks to be on. And oh, it is a good time. It is a very, very good time. As you can see there on our home turf of Driftland, on the back bank wall, all of our sponsors right there out on the front for you as well on this layout. They are all on show for everyone to see. And without them, we wouldn't be anything. So a massive thank you to all of our sponsors, which includes STRO M Wheels, Mclellan Motorsport, Driftland, GT Omega, Sikky Manufacturing, DLGB, Kaptured Media, Carbon Drift Team, and Dyce Carriers. Massive shout out to STRO M Wheels as well for being our title sponsor for this season. They've absolutely come above and beyond as a sponsor, and we are so grateful to them for doing the things they are doing for us, including in real life. Like, they are just the best wheel manufacturer in drifting so far, and go check them out. You can go and download all of the STRO M Wheels from their website on the virtual side. So if you want to put them on your own car, go and check them out. They are modeled by Carbon Drift Team as well. As you can see now, we're just getting some views of some of the cars. You've got Kobe Ardry's GR86, you've got James Estrella in the Carbon Drift Team S14-9. Lovely stuff there. Peter Nemeth in the back with that A86 made by our own resident stream manager Blackout, and yeah, that thing is a pocket rocket. You've also got Edgar's Lasmanis in that F22, and he's a good friend of mine as well. I'm hoping he has a bit better luck so far.
One thing I've noticed about the season, about the field so far, is look at all of these liveries. A lot of these guys have a lot of really good taste and style, for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a new R32. Oh, that's new. I've not seen that. Who's driving that? That's beautiful. I really like that. Who is that? I can't see.
I was about to say, take a look at a door tag. We'll try and see a name, but.
Right, so we got Caden James, Wild Monkeys driver, coming in with the E46 Estate. I'll be driving that next weekend.
Well, not that one, Brandon. Let's be honest with ourselves.
I wish it was that spec, but hey, I can say I'm driving one.
That's fair.
Yeah, Caden James representing Wild Monkeys Drift Team. He is a animal in his own right. So we'll have to see how he. Well, he's been begging for a long time to come onto a new layout. So we'll have to see if that begging has benefited him as we wait for the lights to go green, and we'll see if he gets mean. Do you like that?
For sure. Time to put his money where his mouth is, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he's a Londoner himself. I met up with him as well as our head judge Rise when we went to London for Justice Gig, and that was yeah, he's a lovely guy, and I just really hope he does well in this round.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you see an E46 Estate and you can't help but cheer. You know what I mean? These things are absolutely incredible.
It is an absolute weapon of a car, to be fair, and it's sporting the DS35s from STRO M Wheels.
STRO M Wheels. Absolutely looking solid on these on the 46 Estate here.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I mean,
honestly, they look solid on everything. That's the one thing I love about the Strom partnership, is that like Strom is like really putting effort into making their wheels look great. But here we go, sending it into the first run is Caden James. Look at that Estate go as it sends it around that wide line on the track. Exactly what you want to see coming through clip 3 into into outside zone 4. Now look at that angle from that E46 wagon flying around that last corner. Caden James doing a solid job to show us all exactly how it's done.
Oh yeah, Caden is loving this layout, and it's definitely showing. Come on, let's see what you get, Caden. I mean, a 31 from the first judge is good. 62 so far. What is it going to be? Is it going to be a 90 plus? That is the question. We'll have to see as we wait for our last judge. I guarantee it's Rise, as always. It's a 92, so Caden James coming in straight out the bat for the first driver in his group with a 92. He is going to be happy with that, but can he top it? As, oh no, I don't know if I can say this name.
I was about to say, Chorventley, here we go, sending it in that R32. Wow, absolutely beautiful build here as he sends it around that outside zone 3. Look at that, coming into outside zone 4. Look at that, that R32 is just sending it around this course. It has a beautiful angle, beautiful livery, just absolutely style to the max as he sends it. Fantastic job there from Chorventley, a solid run to put a score on the board.
Definitely, so it's Chorventley. That is... that is an intimidating name to try and say. I can't lie. I looked at it, I was like, ooh.
I was about to say, about like you see a name and you kind of just have to swing and hope you don't miss. If he wants to correct me in the comments, I hope he does, but that's kind of what my best guess is.
77 though from Javentli. Lovely stuff to begin with. And now we have the RT Riga man himself, Edgars Lasmanis. What has he got for us in this round? I definitely know he's going to be enjoying this layout a lot more than he would in Driftland, because he's used to the Latvian style tracks where they're a bit more bigger, a bit more swooping, but we still got the technical side, so we'll have to see what he does in this F22. As we have Edgars Lasmanis now going down the main straight. What is he going to do as he fires it in to outer clip 1? Big angle there, but maybe just getting a bit caught up in himself, but manages to get to outer clip 2 very nicely there on the bank. Coming around to 3. Has he got the detail? Yes, he has. Maybe just checking up a bit there, but he manages to get into zone 4 very nicely as he transitions now into outer clip 5, looking very solid, just passing through 6, coming around to 7, dialing off the angle. Perfect there, off across the line.
A very fantastic run there from Edgars Lasmanis. Definitely some places to clean up for sure, but he will absolutely have his second run to do that for sure. But here we go. We have definitely an interesting driver here. We have Peter Nemeth at the line, but we'll see what the score looks like for Edgars Lasmanis. We're still waiting on that third and final judge, I believe. And it's a 79.3, a solid score on the board for Edgars, right in the middle of where that last qualifying group was at. But here we go, Peter Nemeth in that AE86, personal friend of mine and an absolute killer driver going through outside zone 1 and 2, looking very solid going into outside zone 3. Look at that, fantastic from that AE86. This thing is absolutely a rocket ship going around a small track like this, and it is showing it through that last section of the course, finishing it out. A solid run from Peter Nemeth.
Oh, for sure. I think, you know what, everyone's just making me bite my own words when I said that this could be the lowest drop zone. It's yeah, everyone's doing really well, and Peter maybe just a couple of little bobbles in some places, but I guarantee you in the next one he is going to go all out. But an 85.7, Peter definitely shown what is what. But we have Arius Diamantis in that beautiful BMW. One of my teammates also in Big Duck Club Esports, as well as Team Hashira as he comes around now. Lovely stuff so far around the bank. Coming towards outer clip 3, doing a lovely job as he goes into the decel. Can he keep it going? Yes, he can. Into outside zone 4, doing a solid job. Transitioning now into 5. Maybe a little bit of a check up there as he went to go for the transition, but manages to come across the line. Lovely stuff there from Arius Diamantis.
Arius is just one of those drivers that you watch and it's incredible to see how he makes like almost zero corrections. I mean, you see little itty bitty movements in the wheel, the front end of the car, sure, but definitely not nearly on the level of some of the other drivers around here. You definitely have Arius definitely showing some poise and perfection every time he steps on the track, and it's really awesome to see.
Oh, for sure, and he got a 91 at the start as well. But now we have Mikey Farrow coming around onto the main bank, looking very nice in that 443 Motorsport. I think that's an S149 from what I remember, which looks very nice in that, like almost like that Chinese Dragon like colorway, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting look, and it looks definitely solid, but that 14.9, absolutely a solid run from him. We'll see what the score looks like here as they roll in. Mikey Farrow.
I'm looking in the chat, there's a lot of people cheering on Mikey, as I can see his partner in there. Everyone's going crazy for him, and I'm not too sure what's going on here. Is there a score that's been put in, or has he got 0? I'm not too sure. As we have James Estrella now just kind of going in very hard. Oh, it's an 82 for Mikey Farrow, so a very good start there for him. But we have James Estrella representing Carbon Drift Team now, coming into outside zone 4, doing a lovely job as he comes around into outside clip 5. This is looking very nice from the CDT driver as he comes across the line.
James Estrella doing definitely a solid run. A couple of little corrections in there for sure. He'll definitely have that second run to clean it up, but definitely a good run for that first for that first score. We'll see how it looks when it comes in here. James Estrella, we'll see that roll in an 88.7. Definitely a solid run to start with, putting him high up in that qualifying ranking so far. But here we go, Kobe ready to send it in this, I believe that's is that a GR86? I think so. Look at that, fantastic around that outside zone, looking great into outside the clip 3, coming into outside zone 4. Look at that big angle from him, absolutely fantastic as he's just snapping those cars around here. I mean, these things have got to have a great advantage on a track like this, just because of their short wheelbase, making them be able to do those really quick, really snappy transitions, getting that thing right where it needs to be.
I mean, he was absolutely hauling around the track then. That was a very fast run.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 84.3 though, so definitely some room to improve if we're going to base it off of how the scores are going so far. It's been absolutely wild, but Caden James with a 92. Can he improve? We'll have to see with the Wild Monkeys E46 Estate absolutely firing it in. I'm pretty sure it's a V8 as well as he comes around the outside bank, very wide and nice there as he comes around now towards outer clip 3, doing a lovely job. Can he get the decel nice? Yes, look at the flow from Caden here so far as he transitions now into outer clip 5, looking so solid, very dialed in. That guy's absolutely gripped up to the max and then he comes across the line.
Fantastic run there from Caden James. It's always a treat watching that estate go around track. Let's see if he can better his score with that run. Definitely going to be almost an insurmountable task for sure, because that first run being a 92, already being the highest one we have so far. The next run being an 89.3, so it doesn't better his first run, but still a solid showing. But Bentley here in his R32, sending it into that outside clip 2 and 3. Look at that bank run. He's just a little bit shallow there, just a little bit, but we're making it work for a good run out into clip 3 and 4. Look at that angle he's holding that R32. Big sense here from Bentley, finishing out the run strong. Absolutely fantastic job from that R32.
Yeah, that was really nice. A lot more consistent, got a lot more flow. Bentley definitely coming into that second run with a better mindset. And just wow, that I really like seeing R32s in drifting. Unfortunately, there's only one this season from what I saw, which was Cameron Mustard, but it's nice to see another one join the grid, even if it's for the final. And it is an 81.7, so a nice improvement there for Bentley, as we have Edgar Lasmanis now with a 79.3 in the first run. So can he improve? The RT Vigo driver himself, Lasmanis, coming around into the second clip now across the bank, looking very nice so far. Lots of pace, lots of smoke coming out of the back as he comes around to outside zone 4, doing a lovely job. Nice angle there as he comes around into the transition. Maybe just checking up a bit again, but lovely pace as he comes around now to the last clip across the line. Definitely with a bit more impact this time.
Absolutely fantastic run from Edgar Lasmanis. You can definitely see he had some more confidence going into that run. Absolutely sending it into some of the sections he may have had some corrections in before. So let's see if the score reflects that. We got 2 so far. We got one more judge to wait on, it looks like. Oh, we didn't get a chance to see it.
Oh, it's an 82. I've just seen
it's an 82.
We have, that's not John.
There we go.
That's Peter Nemeth.
Here we go. Peter Nemeth, though, looking solid through that bank. That A86 rocking around the track here, going into outside zone 4, just looking absolutely solid. Not very many corrections from him either as he transitions that little car into that last corner and finishing out the run strong. Always love to see it, Peter Nemeth.
Yeah, that was crazy. Lots of speed, lots of smoke, lots of flair. What a guy. Peter Nemeth coming in strong. Obviously, previously in the earlier section of the series, he did win a round, so he is not to be trifled with. He is a man on a mission. The 87.7, so definitely making an improvement. Probably not as much as he wanted to, but this is Pia. Anything can happen with this man. We have Arius Germantis now once again representing Big Duck Club Esports, and Hishira coming in with a lovely fast initiation there as he comes around to our clip 2, looking very dark.
Rocket ship around this.
Yeah, that BMW is flying, but he comes into outside zone 4, doing a lovely job here as he comes around into the transition for out of 5. Lovely stuff, a bit more snappy this time as he comes around off to the last clip and across the line. That is
absolutely
lovely.
fantastic job from Arias Diamantis. That thing is moving. You see, he's got it definitely hooked up there.
I mean, this is looking good so far. 93 for Arias Diamantis on his second run. So currently, I think he's the top qualifier.
I was about to say, I think we've got a new top qualifier so far.
We do indeed, but we've got the fan favorite Mikey Farrow coming in from Ireland.
Here we go, Mikey Farrow and that S14.9 ready to send it in. Look at that big angle through that first corner. Ooh, perhaps going a bit wide there. It was hard to tell, it looks like, though. Coming through clip 3, looking solid with that big angle. But, sending it wide, hitting the wall, and he loops it around. That's going to be a big 0 for Mikey Farrow. Luckily, though, he is sitting on, what's that, an 82, I believe, for his first run. So he'll have to hope that that one gets him into the show.
That is very
That's unfortunate.
This is the thing, though. This is drifting. Anything can happen. And even in the sim, you send it too hard, it just, unfortunately, it will catch you out. But Mikey absolutely shredding. The car looks amazing. And he's got a great fan base behind him from what I'm seeing in the comments. So shout out to everyone who's supported Mikey. And as we have James Estrella in another S15, or should I say S14.9, representing CDT, sitting on the 88.7 so far, coming around into outside zone 4, looking very solid, very dialed in so far as he comes around now into the transition. What has he got for us? Looking very dialed and very pinpoint accurate as he comes across the line. Lovely stuff.
Fantastic run from James Estrella, looking very, very dialed. You gotta love to see it. It's definitely really cool to see those S chassis just swinging around a track like this. I mean, they're kind of made for pretty much anything these days. You can kind of do whatever you need to do in an S chassis, and it's really cool to see it in a technical, tight track like this.
I've just seen Arias absolutely going crazy in the chat and saying 93, Jesus, highest score I've had all year. Lovely stuff, Arias, you deserve it. You've absolutely shredded. But we got Cody
absolutely
in that GR86, and I'm a big fan of this car so far as he fires it in very wide, very big angle as he comes around now to the latter half of the bank. Lovely pace and momentum. Look at that, absolutely.
I was about to say.
That is absolutely insane what he's doing so far, whipping that GR86 around, and as he comes across the line, what a run now, down to Kirby Ardrey, putting out a statement.
Absolutely fantastic. The man is definitely a rocket ship out there on track and is getting on throttle really quick going into outside zone 4. I don't know what he's unlocked in terms of how he's approaching it, but he's definitely doing something the others aren't. It's really cool to see.
Indeed. I mean, James Estrella also with an 89, as points out. Oh,
look at that. A 91.3 for Kobe Ardrey, putting him in third place for this group so far. Look at that. An absolutely solid set of scores for group number 2, starting with a 93 for Arias Diamantis, Caden James 92. Just absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Kobe with that 91.3, James Estrella with that 89.0, that Peter Nemeth with 87.7, and Peter with that 87.7 as well. Arnold with that 85.7, and Owen Ellis with that 84.7. Just definitely very consistent scores across the board. Looking really good.
This is wow. I mean, that is a lot. That's only 3 scores below an 80 so far. That's 2 groups in. Like, people are doing really, really well. Like,
that's absolutely insane.
Very excited. This is going to possibly be the most competitive round yet. You know what? I take back what I said. This is going to be the most competitive round of the season.
I was about to say, I think the drivers must have heard you, Brandon. They're getting offended. They said, "Really? Lowest cutoff we could ever do this season? Let's make that not true."
They went, "I bet."
They said, "Check this drive."
See, this is when I say this, and then I do a really poor qualifying performance, and then I just have to hang my head in shame.
Well, don't put yourself down like that, Brandon. I'm sure you'll have your fair run at it, just like everybody else. But I think we're getting our next group loaded in here.
Indeed, while they do that, I'm going to have another practice run, I think. So,
alrighty.
I'll give you a little update live on the track. The main thing I've noticed, strategy-wise...
How's the track feeling out there, Brandon?
It's absolutely amazing! Honestly, it is an amazing layout. main places to look out for is making sure that you get the initiation correct, because it sets you up for the rest of the track as well as the slowdown into outer four. They are the two places that you want to be on the ball the most, as everything links up from there.
Gotta love getting our little line and track segment from Brandon Carter live as he's doing practice runs, getting himself ready for his qualifying run as well.
It is great fun. I'm loving the layout. I feel very strong, very consistent, and it's very to my style. So, and it seems to be the same case for everyone else so far. So, well done to everyone that's done their qualifying runs so far.
Hey, sometimes you give people a chance to stretch their legs on a new track, they're gonna run.
And one thing I do want to mention, obviously this is a collaboration round with Driftland, Drift League GB, and of course, this is actually going to be a layout that's ran, and it is ran IRL at Drift League at Teesside. So this is something that people do compete on in real life. So this is a really cool thing to have the sim meet the virtual. Sim meet the virtual? The sim meet the real life tracks, and especially we're collaborating with other series as well. It's just an amazing thing to see. And another thing we want to mention is a massive thank you to GTA Mega for providing prizes and doing an amazing job in the sim scene, supporting these events, supporting these series, and yeah, it's without these sponsors, we honestly none of this would be possible, and they give a reason for the grid to fight, as well as Strom Wheels putting in a nice set of DS rims of choice for the series winner that runs Strom throughout the season. And as you can see there, we have, one thing to mention is you do have the other section of track. If you go past the start line down to the bottom there is another section of track which is very tight and technical, and very fun on street cars as well. So if you ever get the chance to drive this track, make sure you go and take some street cars back there. It is fun. Perfect for tandems.
Gotta love a track that's multifaceted for sure.
Oh yeah, I love the technical stuff. I love it. Fun fact about Teesside Autodrome. This is based in Middlesbrough in England, and it is actually a go-kart track in real life. So see drift cars on a go-kart track. This is common in the UK. We have a lot of tracks where in competition where they are go-kart tracks and they're just drifted on. It's really cool.
Well, you know, when you don't have a lot of full-size tracks, I guess you got to look where you got to go. It tends to be kart tracks, I guess, around there.
Oh yeah, we love our kart tracks in the UK. It's great fun.
Well, to be fair, I mean, you get something tighter and technical. I mean, everybody's going to love getting some good doors on that for sure. And I mean, especially a track like this where you have some bigger sections, some smaller sections, you get a little bit of everything for everyone. I feel like that just has a winning recipe for creating a good spot for everybody to come in and, you know, get some good laps.
Indeed. And as you can see here, we are getting a nice view of the SVDS pack. GT86. So this is, if you enter SVDS, if you don't have a car for yourself, a custom car, we have the option of VDC public pack cars, or you can drive our very own pack cars as well, which is using VDC data. And just look at that, sporting the DS 35s, proper nice looking car, lovely model. And yeah, if you ever just feel like wanting to join us, as you can see there, we do have a 1M on the new DSF 45s from Strom Wheels, and they've only just released as well. So if you want to go and have a look at them, make sure to check it out on Strom Wheels. I think it's .co.uk or is it .com? I'm pretty sure it's .com. Let me just double check so I'm not giving you the wrong website address. But yes, these are also available from CDT through the Strom Wheels website. So if you want to check out the DS45s, both in the sim or real life, they are available on stromwheels.co.uk. So make sure you go and check that out. As we have Emilis on the line now, who has last round was an absolute animal in the top 32.
Well, here's hoping he sends it hard for his first qualifying run. Always a nerve-wracking place to be starting off your group, but Emilis, here we go. We hope that he is going to send off a solid run.
It's
See the lights
interesting.
go on. See the lights go off here in a minute, and they'll take off.
Emilis was actually in the public pack A90, funnily enough, last round. So now he's made the switch to the GT6, but lovely stuff there, initiating into outclip 1, keeping it nice and wide there. As you can see, as he comes around into 3, looking very solid, very dialed in. Lovely entry into outside zone 4, keeping it absolutely pinpoint as he comes into the last hairpin now, coming towards across the line. Lovely stuff there for Emilis in his first run.
Absolutely fantastic run. We love to see that. First run of the group looking solid. Definitely sets the stage for the rest of the group to follow. We'll see first score come in from that first judge. You'll see them add up here in the bottom. We'll see what he gets.
Indeed we will. The tension is crazy. Our judges making sure that they check every single detail. As I don't know if it looks like the system's having a bit of a iffy moment, but we do have our next driver in the 1M go. But just unfortunately makes a massive mistake there, just over angling and losing out. I don't know who this is. The sheet's not. Oh no! Unfortunately, they're just making a big mistake going across the bank. Looks like our scoring system is having a bit of an issue. It wouldn't be an SVDS round if we didn't have something happen, and it was Ryan Quill. So honestly, and he did, unfortunately did have a 0, and he did make a switch to a new chassis, it seems. But look at this, all of the strobes on this. I think that's a 1M as well, essentially. As it comes down the main straight now, yes, it is a 1M. Very nice looking car there, with the big Driftland logo on the side, looking very consistent so far. Coming around into outside zone 4. This is looking very good. Lots of speed, lots of consistency. Not many waivers so far. As it comes around into the last hairpin now, coming across the line. Very nice looking car that is.
Definitely interesting to see a lot more of these 1Ms pop up in competition. It seems that a lot of people are switching over to them as a decent modern BMW chassis while still retaining the size and shape of maybe some of the smaller chassis of before, like the E36s that people are tending to gravitate towards. So those 1Ms are definitely a good modern alternative. Definitely interesting to see them popping up.
So that was Rasmus Malmstrom. Okay, so now we have Braden Howard from Australia himself, representing CDT. He has officially now become a main member of this Carbon Drift team in that lovely S14, with absolutely whipping it around in the new livery as he comes around into the main hairpin now, coming towards the last clip now, absolutely shredded.
Fantastic run from Braden Howard. That S14 looking really solid. I've never seen an S14 with a Kazama kit before, so that was really cool to look at.
Oh, I love it. That car looks absolutely baller, and I'm all for it. With an 86.3 to start with. Lovely stuff there from Braden Howard representing CDT, and I do believe it is trap time, ladies and gentlemen, with Michael Trapp in that E30 estate, absolutely whipping it with all of the angle as he comes through outer clip 2, coming around now. I'm pretty sure this is a rotary swaps E30 estate as well, which is absolutely insane as he comes in through outer 4. He has got all of the forward and side bite. Man does want, he's just hogging all the grip for himself as he comes around now from the last clip and across the line.
I was going to say, if you have anybody that goes off track today, I think they're going to have to blame Michael Trapp. That man has everybody's grip.
I love that car. It's so just in your face, and I love it.
I love it because we got an E46 estate. Now we have an E30 estate. Now we need like an E36 estate, and we'll be golden.
Oh yes, and I'm pretty sure I just saw an 87.7.
Oh, alrighty.
Oh no, Tim hitting your fellow Canadian, hitting the chicane there, but manages to make it work as he comes around the main bank. And yeah, Austin, how do you feel about that?
I'm not feeling too patriotic about it, but Tim managing to clean up the second half of his run so far. Coming into this last corner, he's looking pretty solid, flying the Canadian flag towards the end of the run. He's definitely cleaned it up since the start of that run, but definitely an interesting start for sure.
Yeah, that was, I don't know if they're going to zero him for that. Oh, no, they are not. I think it could be a straight up 50 there. Potentially, we'll have to see. Our stream manager can definitely confirm. Oh, no, it is not.
It's 73.3.
Okay, so the chicane tried to collect him, but he was like, no, hey, I'm not going down today.
I was about to say, we Canadians, we don't go down without a fight.
And now we have Emilis Velika. I keep saying, I don't know where the N came from, but Emilis Velika coming in now from Lithuania. Absolutely firing it in with that GT86 from the SVDS pack. Absolutely shredding so far on an 82.7 to start with, so can he improve? It looks like he could do with this run so far, as he's in outside zone 4, looking very nice. Transition in through our clip 5. We're going very deep and nice there as the judges want to see him, and he comes across the line. That was something.
Absolutely fantastic run from Emilis. You got to love these public pack cars, still having the capability to throw down, and he's absolutely using every bit of it. Drive it like you stole it. Maybe he didn't quite steal it, but it's definitely not his.
So that was an 83 for Emilis, but now we have Ryan Quill in that 1M. What can he do? Is it Ryan Quill? I'm pretty sure it's Ryan Quill.
What to say, I believe this is Ryan Quill making a small correction there through that section of the course, but still manages to reel it in. Here's hoping he can put down a run on the board this time, having that massive mistake in the first run. He's definitely going to want to play it safe here, and he does, keeping the run together with that correction. It's definitely going to be a lower score, but definitely good to see him put one on the board at the very least.
So it is a 70.3. So Ryan still having just struggling to get that car set up from what I can see. I'll have to find out from him later, but we have Rasmus now also in the 1M with the strobes on the front. I love this livery. This thing is absolutely gorgeous as it comes around the bank towards outer clip 3. Can he get the detail nice? Yes, he can. Gets into outside zone 4 beautifully as he transitions to outer clip 5. Absolutely shredding as he comes around now towards the finish line, and across he goes. Rasmus, lovely stuff.
Absolutely fantastic run from that 1M. A couple of little places to clean up, but a solid run nonetheless. Definitely very much on a mission today, trying to well, better his position in qualifying, just like everybody else here today. We're all looking for they're all looking for that high score, trying to get into the show tomorrow, and obviously only a certain few can make it, so they're all fighting as hard as they can. Here we go, Braden Howard in that S14, ready to send it in on that first outside clip into the second clip, looking really good already. Definitely very, very solid through this section of the course, coming into outside zone 4. Look at that S14, beautiful slow down section, but as he gets through this last corner, he's looking solid. Little correction there, but a very, very good run from Braden Howard.
The man from the land down under. Absolutely shredding the Kazama kit, looking absolutely insane, and I am all for it. I genuinely wouldn't mind running that on my S15 next season, to be honest. But it is trap time once again. Just waiting on.
It's trap time.
Honestly, like I will never say it any other way. It is always trap time. He just has that impact. I love it. As we get a 53.3 for Braden Howard potentially. Oh, we're still waiting for one more as we have Trav now getting released onto the line. I think the judges haven't put one of their scores in, but we'll have to find out what it was after, as Michael Trav fires it in as he comes around the corner, looking absolutely on fire so far as he comes into outside zone 4. Look at that, just a little bit of a bubble there in outer 4. Manages to pick it up, nice big angle there coming around towards outer 7 now and across the line.
about to say, I feel like the start line doesn't just let that man go. I think it unleashes that man. Every time that start line goes on, he is coming. It's like a beast coming out of a cage. You love seeing Trav go out there.
I do indeed, but once again, we have a lovely, lovely F22 ready to go. And it is a Canadian driver, nevertheless.
All right, now the cones are not what you want to hit this time, Tim. All right, we got this. We got this, Tim. Here we go, Tim. Ready to send it here. I cannot pronounce that last name. I am not nearly French enough for it, but looking solid into that outside clip 2, into 3. Just look at that. A very good run from him so far. You love to see that flag getting waved by that BMW F22. Looking great here as he comes through that last corner. There's the F22 just laying it down solid. Look at that. Tim doing a great job.
Solid run there from Tim. I'm going to say Voivert?
I was about to say, like, I can't quite tell like how it's supposed to be pronounced. It's a little bit too French for me.
See, I'm not a professional drifter. I'm a professional name slanderer. I'm just terrible at saying names.
Yeah, we're just the drift competition equivalent of a Starbucks. Like, we will get your name wrong on the cup.
For sure, but look at that. So far, the grid is at, so you got 77.7, Tim, as you can see there. So lovely, lovely stuff. Really solid set of groups so far, I've got to say. It's been very consistent.
It's been really cool to see for sure.
Oh my, what a day it's been. It's been a very long day. We will be moving into Group D shortly, but we will also once again want to thank all of our sponsors that have come on board to the series, which includes our title sponsor STRO M Wheels, Mclellan Motorsport, Driftland, GT Omega, Sikky Manufacturing, DLGB, Kaptured Media, Carbon Drift Team, and Dyce Carriers. Without all of them, this would never happen, so please go check them out and see what they can offer for you, especially with GT Omega with the lovely sim equipment, as I am running their ART cockpit myself, and I'm pretty sure that is what the prize is up for grabs this season. As we wait for the next group to come in, I think we possibly might be having the server restart. I'm not too sure, but we are going to move into a quick ad break while we get that all set up. So we'll see you shortly. Carbon Drift Team, sponsoring SVDS Series 4. Looking for high quality model work or replica cars? CDT has it all in store waiting for you. With a highly skilled team, they are at the forefront of making sure the product that you receive is of the highest quality. Make sure to check out their socials and Gumroad for any and all projects to be released.
love myself.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got. Oh,
Is that everything you got?
last turn.
Catch me if you can.
That was great.
That was a good game.
Unlock true experience with GT Omega.
Up to my speaker call.
GT Omega. Stay ahead of the game.
Would you feel better if I said that this time?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We took a short break and we are back with our next group of drivers. Group D, starting it off with Noah Hoff. Look at this. We're getting ready to start here at the line, and ready is Noah Hoff in that beautiful S chassis. Here we go. We're going to have the lights light up. He'll get sent and we will see this group get kicked off. We've had a nice solid lineup of some consistent qualifiers so far, so let's hope we see a trend. Oh, Noah Hoff backing up from the line. He's getting some tire warm up, getting that S chassis all warmed up. Getting her ready to go. We're going to get ready to send Noah Hoff here. And here we go. The light goes green. Noah Hoff firing out of the start chicane for his first qualifying run. Kicking off Group D. Here we go. Big initiation. So slight handbrake drag to get that thing rotated and sends it into that first corner. Look at that flying around that. Absolutely sending it. Ooh, a little bit of understeer fighting him going into outside zone 4, and it causes him to over angle when he gets it back to it. Oh no, that is unfortunate. Definitely going to be a massive deduction. He does keep it in drift, but coming so tight off the line, it might be something the judges will have to look at. Noah Hoff with that big mistake there. That's 1 score, 2 scores. We'll have a third one roll in and we'll know what he gets. Alrighty, and it's a 52 for Noah Hoff. Definitely that mistake, definitely harming him, but at least there is a score on the board for him. Next up, Porter Stewart Holmes in this GTR R35. Here we go, big sends. Porter in that R35. Look at that big, giant monstrosity moving around this track. Coming up a little bit shallow through some of that first corner, but still looking pretty solid as he comes into outside zone 4. Just a little bit late, but still settles are in there. Look at that. That R35 must be a bit of a beast to move around a track like this, but still managing to make it work as Porter Stewart Holmes.
Porter is actually, he is local to this track. So this is his most local track. He drives it all the time. And I did say to him, if you don't do well, I will come find you myself. And so far, come on, Porter. I know you got more in you. It was a decent first run, but you've got more in you.
Definitely a pro approach, trying to keep it a little bit tame on that first run, and I think that's going to reflect in the score being a little bit lower than I'll probably want, but I think he's definitely got it in him to send it a lot harder for the second. But coming up next here, we'll see what we get, but there we go. That looks like a 70.3 for Porter Stewart Holmes, so definitely some room for improvement, but we do know that he has set room for improvement. But here we go, Ryan Craig in this A90 Supra with, I believe that's a GT86 front end swap. Definitely a really cool car to see, and it's absolutely flying around that first corner. Look at that, setting it up into outside zone 4. A little bit of wavering there from him, transitioning out here. Oh, going wide, dropping tires onto that outside gray area where the judges have specified is a tire drop. Ryan definitely going to see his score reflect that for sure.
Unfortunate there for Ryan Craig, just not being able to get the car where he needed it to be. So hopefully he can clean up the first run, but we'll have to see what score will he get to start with. And it is a 65.7, so very unfortunate there for Ryan Craig. So he's got a lot to do to make it come back. But now we have Ahmed. This man is definitely on something, and look at that beautiful S50, massive flick into the bank there as he comes around. This man is a man possessed. He is on one this season as he comes around now into outside zone 4. This S15 is absolutely dialed in and flying. Every round he's been in, he's had a great impact as he comes around to the last corner across the line. What a run from Ahmed.
Definitely a very fantastic run from him. We'll have to see what the score looks like for Ahmed. That S15 was just absolutely hooked up around the entire track. He definitely looked like he's got it down.
I definitely think Ahmed's next season is going to be a massive contender to go against. So definitely don't count him out. I do notice there though, we have a S13 hatch, I do believe, on the start line, and it's got the droopy eyes. This is a new car. I don't think I've seen this one yet, so I'm intrigued to see what this looks like and when we get it off down the line. Just waiting on that first score there from our judges. As you can see there, 85.7 from Ahmed. Very nice start there as we wait for our start line marshal rise to send down. Oh my god, is this a Chinese driver? Oh my word, is this our first Chinese driver? I love that. So we've got Richard Yu in with that S13 hatch, looking very nice. Big flick initiation there. And wow, looking very solid so far as he comes around into out of 3. Maybe a bit shallow there, just struggling to get into out of 4, but not a bad effort to get back in. Transitioning to out of clip 5, looking very nice here. Through to 6 and across 7. Lovely way to finish the run. Richard Yu, welcome to SVDS.
Richard Yu definitely making his first run a solid showing, absolutely. You know, it's really cool to see. You know, out of all the S chassis, I'd say the S13 hatch gets like the least amount of love when it comes to getting turned into pro cars. So it's really cool to see it out here, definitely shredding some tires. Some work to be done for sure, but a solid run. But this is got to be one of the most interesting cars I've ever seen go sideways. Is this a Volkswagen?
Yep, it's a Volkswagen Golf Mark IV with Nicholas in the pilot seat, absolutely shredding. This thing is really, really fast, as you can see, coming around out 4, doing a lovely job. And I've got to say, this is the most unique car we have on the grid this season. As you can see, he is not just unique, but he is also very talented with Nicholas coming across the line.
I have got to know what suspension that man is on, because it cannot be stock.
It's on E36 suspension with an 85.7. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to actually depict what it would run because it doesn't. It's so unique. But
to be fair, I feel like most of those front wheel drive swaps involve BMW parts in some way. But oh, a big mistake there from Noah Hoff in that run. He's definitely gonna have to try and clean it up towards the second half. Coming into outer 4, looking a bit more solid than he did last time. But that first corner is definitely gonna harm the score. Big angle coming through clip 6 and 7, but. Man, that's definitely a sloppier run. Probably not exactly what he wanted to put down for sure.
Fortunate there for Noah. Just a lot of bubbles, a lot of wavering. And unfortunately, it's not quite what the judges will be looking for. But it is an improvement with a 69.3. So very nice there. Getting a higher score than his previous run. So very nice effort there from Noah. We'll just have to see where that ends up with him. But now we have Porter Stuart Holmes coming in with that R35 as he flicks it in. Very nice initiation there. Lots of control coming around to the second outside clip, representing Sujigiri themselves as he comes in towards the slowdown. Now, is he going to improve? Yes, he will. Coming around outside zone 4, looking very nice and dialed in that R34 GTR. Big flick as he comes around to the last hairpin and across the line. Hopefully, Porter can improve on his previous run.
Absolutely, definitely a couple of little mistakes here and there, but hoping that run, looking as solid as it was, is definitely going to be a better score than his first one. And maybe only slightly, but it is with a 73. Porter Stuart Holmes puts it up higher on the board.
Definitely not where Porter would want to be, but welcome to drifting. It is just how it is. It is a dangerous mistress indeed, as we have Ryan Craig, the Scottish man, coming through with the Rise HKS SVDS pack. Oh, A90 GT86. Unfortunately, that will zero him, but he's going to finish off the run big and fast. And I've got to say, I'm going to say it now, I have beaten that car quite a few times in personal battles with our head judge Rise. So the curse of that car. But unfortunate there for Ryan, so he will be with a 65.7, and we'll have to see where that puts him at the end of the qualifying.
That's an unfortunate end of the day for Ryan Craig. He'll hope that he gets a better run for sure, or not a better run, sorry. But here we go, sending it in is Ahmed in that S15. Look at that, looking great on that outside clip, looking solid in this first corner. Look at that, just flying through. This S15 is definitely hooked up. He's got some secret sauce on this enchilada for sure. Sending it into that last corner, looking fantastic. Ahmed, just masterclass. Look at that.
He has got a lot of pace on him. That is a beautiful performance there from Ahmed. Just always doing what he needs to do. I can't really say much about it because it's just what he does. Let's be honest. Don't think I quite caught that last run, but we do have
Richard Yu. Richard
again.
Yu in that S13 hatch. Here we go. Big initiation from Richard Yu. Look at that. Oh, big understeer issues from him, though. It looks like he manages to keep it reined, keep it at angle, but it's going to be a deduction for sure. Big sends into that outside zone 4, going wide, it looks like. just a little bit. It might be a deduction from the judges, but they'll be the judges of that. Look at that, though. Definitely going wild for that last corner. Maybe perhaps knowing that the run might be something to throw away there, but it was a solid showing anyways. Definitely put it down for sure.
Yes, Richard Dew trying his hardest to keep it going. Oh, apologies. My God, it's been a very long day of work, and then you come straight into this, and it's like, whew, qualifying's here.
I feel ya.
Let's go. I need a monster in my life right now. But very nice stuff there from Richard Dew in that S13 hatch. But we have Nicholas in that Mark IV Golf, who will be finishing off Group D. So what will he do with an 85.7 to start with? Here we go, the Mark IV Golf, the Mandem car as I know it. It's flicking it, big initiation there, lots of angle, lots of speed as he comes around into outer clip 2. Doing a nice job so far, coming around towards outer 3, towards the slowdown. Look at this from Nicholas, absolutely shredding so far into outside zone 4. As he goes for us in the transition, as he hits 5, lovely stuff, into 6. And as he comes across now, will he finish it off perfectly? Yes, he will. Nicholas coming in strong.
What an incredible thing to see, seeing a Mark IV Golf get thrown that hard around the track. It's going to be really cool to see the score roll in as he gets. What's he going to get here as we see the third judge take his time to make his decision there?
Well, our stream manager doesn't want us to see it.
He didn't want us to see it.
But look at the
We're going to have to see
score.
what he gets.
And it is an
5.7.
I think, is that his second run or first?
Was that his first run or second run?
So it's an 81.3 for his second run. God, I am not on the ball today. What is going on with me?
That's what I say. Neither of us are. I feel like I've been off all day too.
But look at this. The score's absolutely insane so far. 26 drivers down on the board so far, and we will be seeing a drop zone hopefully within this next group. We've got how many drivers here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers. So yeah, we will be seeing a drop zone in this next group, and one to watch for definitely is the man himself, Charlie Hume, who is actually a Driftly driver in real life. So if you are following British drifting, he is a pro driver in Drift League Pro Class, and he knows this layout very, very well. So we'll have to see what he can do in the sim. Can he hang with the sim boys, or is he gonna pack his stuff on the trailer and head back to Drift League IRL? We'll have to see. I'm so sorry, Charlie. I had to make the joke. This is once again drifting the IRL versus the sim. It's gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna happen. Me and Alex O'Hara and are going to be doing the same next weekend at SDC. Like, we're the sim boys coming to the real thing, so there's going to be a lot of eyes watching us. So you guys sounding right that you have the same when you come into the sim from IRL. But if you want to check out what we are running, a lot of us in SVDS are running GT Omega rigs ourselves. So if you want to go and check that out, make sure to go onto GT Omega on their website and check out their products, as they are absolutely insane with their products. gtomega.co.uk. They're also the Moser distributor for the UK. So if you want to get a hold of Moser products on there, they do that, as well as many sim cockpits, steering wheel stands, sim racing accessories, and racing seats. And also, did you know they actually have gaming chairs as well? So if you want to look for desks, gaming chairs, desk mats, floor protectors, they do it all. And home office stuff. I'm just looking through the website. They do absolutely everything. So if you're looking for something for your PC setup, make sure you go to gtomega.co.uk and get yourself some products. You'd be silly not to. And we also want to look at that. All the banners at Driftland still flying high, as you can see there. All of our sponsors.
If any of our sim guys back at home do have a real car, if you want to get that thing all dressed up, make sure to head over to STRO M Wheels, get yourself some new shoes for the old car.
Let's not forget about another heavy hitter, Sikky Manufacturing, also coming in strong. So if you're looking for any hydraulic handbrake solutions, or anything to do with, honestly, Sikky has it all. Like, they are an amazing engineering company, and they will get you sorted for anything you need for your build. I was actually looking for a Sikky handbrake for my MX-5 build, but it's a bit out of my budget at the moment, so we'll have to see.
Well, fair enough. I guess budget is a constraint all around the world, I feel like, right now.
Oh yes, one thing I do want to mention though is just our lovely memorial there on our track. Send it for Seth. Fortunately, he passed recently, so just a big condolences, and we will all make sure to send it for him. And yeah, he was a great friend to everyone, but we will make sure we go hard and make sure we do him proud. We have Ryan Quill potentially saying, Ryan Quill wants to come in and say a couple of words, I think. So I think we can do that. So where are you, Mr. Ryan Quill? I don't see you in any of the voice chats. You gotta be in there to be dragged. As we do await for the next set of groups, which will be Group E, and then we have Group F, G, and H. I'm in Group H, so we will see. There's lots of drivers waiting to go. As I think we're just getting everyone gridded up. And I do see Mr. Ryan Quill in a VC, so I'm just going to grab him up into there now, and maybe we can get a little insight to what happened. Hello, Mr. Ryan Quill. What happened in your runs?
Hello.
Are you still adjusting to the new car?
Yeah, still adjusting to the new car, Brandon. Still adjusting. But, I mean, look, there's room for improvement. I don't know about next season. I don't know if there will be a next season. But, I mean...
I think you should come back.
I think I might, and I don't know if I'm going to come in a different car, come in stronger, or what I'm going to come in. At the moment, right now, in real life, I'm piloting a real E46, so that could be a chassis that could be up on the sim next.
Speaking of new chassis there, Ryan, what was the move behind the one, the chassis you're running today?
I was in a GR86 before, and I was kind of uncomfortable in that car, and I wasn't gelling with the car properly. So I decided for the last 2 rounds, I'm gonna switch car, and I was driving Donique's car for a few practice laps with one of my friends, and that car, I really liked that car. So I kind of had to find myself a 1 Series, and I had to bring it out, and I had to try my hardest in it. Round 5 didn't go so bad. It still wasn't what I wanted, but I mean, we tried, and that's all that matters to me, really. I'm trying to focus on my real driving now, so that could be something to look forward to.
For sure. I mean, a good choice on the DSF 45s as well. They look absolutely insane with that car. I do like that. Nice in a pair of shoes for that outfit, I got to say. But yeah, it's great to see everyone. It's crazy because everyone's kind of starting to move to the IRL side as well. It just shows the sim is worth it.
Yeah, like we've had a few boys, like few big lads in the drift scene, like James Dean and a few others, say that the young guns coming up from the sim now are scary because of what the sim can do and all that. So at the moment, that's my real goal, is just try get a new engine into the E46 for next season and do IDS.
Trying to be one of those guys they're all scared of, eh?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. That's the one goal I have, is to make a pro in drifting in real life. So maybe we'll see an engine swap in the E46 for next season, and we'll do IDS. And
Have you got any hints to what you want to put in there?
I'm leaning towards a JZ.
Ooh.
I'm leaning towards a 1JZ. I'm trying to find maybe a car, like I'll buy a full car and then take the engine out of it and put it into the Beamer. But before I do that, I'll rebuild the engine from the ground up.
That is a good idea.
Just to make sure everything is perfect and flowy with the engine.
That will be savage. I just want to mention,
chance.
can we just appreciate how beautiful Charlie's livery looks on that S13 hatch. I'm in love with that, especially with the DSF45s in that green, just like his real car. Obviously, he doesn't run the DSF45s on his real car from what I know of, but they just look so good in that green matching with the livery. I'm in love with it. I'm obsessed. And that is actually the SVDS public pack car as well. Oh, I say public pack car. It is the pack car from SVDS for you to use in competition. It is, oh, so nice.
I was actually at Japfest today with Noah McGlade, another driver of SVDS.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
we were talking to Noah McGlade, and you might not know, but Noah McGlade's uncle is the owner of STRO M Wheels, and I am pretty happy that they make the new DSF 45s in 17-inch, because we run 17-inch on the front of our E46. So that could be something to look into in the future, is maybe a sponsorship or something from Strom. And maybe buy a set and try run 17s on the back as well.
That is, yeah, definitely. I couldn't agree more, to be honest, because I wasn't too sure about when they first came out, but you know what? They have settled with me, and I do like them. But I think we have Eric Lindqvist now here going. Oh, is that? No, that's not Nicholas. That is, I think that is Eric Lindqvist as he comes around now the bank, doing a very solid job so far. And that S14, look at it, he's absolutely whipping it about, gets into out zone 4 very nicely, just wavering a tiny bit there though as he transitions into 5, coming around to 6, looking very good. Bit of a bobble there as well, just needs to slightly clean up his run representing Team Junk Racing.
Good banker lap from Eric, so we could,
oh yeah,
we could clean up a couple of bits in the second run.
Massively. And you have Carolus. These names, they're killing me. But Eric,
I'm gonna have a wild guess. Carolus Basinksas.
Potentially,
no,
yes.
that's wrong.
That is a very hard name to say.
I don't know. Coming from an Eastern European background, it's still hard to say, but I mean, we'll avoid that part.
Look at this.
On the wide line is Carolus.
Doing a fantastic job through that first corner. Look at that BMW just effortlessly moving through into outside zone 4. Look at absolutely doing a fantastic job through that transition. Through the last few clips here, Carolus doing a great job. Absolutely fantastic run.
Thrown on big angle in that last corner was Carolus. That was a heater. Let's see what the score is.
And I've just been alerted by Eric Lindqvist. Unfortunately, he is no longer driving for Team Junk, so my bad. An 86 though from Carolus to start with, not bad at all. But who is this in the rises? Oh, is that Owen? That Owen Magna? Oh. What? He's meant to be doing pro tomorrow at IDS. What are you doing here, Mr. Wait, is that? No,
it's Louisiana.
You pranked me, Blackout. How dare you?
I got excited for a minute.
I know, so did I. But Luz and Nat are doing an absolutely beautiful banker run there. I got really hyped up them seeing it. Gosh darn it. I was really hoping he just went home to then come back and just, you know, that would have been hilarious.
That would have been really funny.
Absolutely good, but a 59.5 so far. I don't know if that's the full score. And an 88.3. Lovely first off there from Luzanat. So now we are going to be moving on to David Latsko representing Escuco. Not someone to be sleeping on. He is an absolute weapon of a driver as he comes around the bank now towards outer 3, doing a lovely job so far. D-cell absolutely perfect as he comes into outer 4. Lovely and smooth, consistent. Oh god, I inhaled as I was talking then.
David doing a fantastic job to finish out the run. Brandon going for the choke there towards the end. Gotta love it.
Did you hear that? the whole throat just closed up as I talked.
Just decided talking privileges have been revoked from Brandon.
David Latsko's literally taking my breath away.
Oh.
We have Gaitis in that R32 though, and that, I'm so sorry Gaitis, I completely forgot you were for R32 representing Sekai. Awesome looking car, very fast driver as well as he comes around. Look at that massive angle.
Look at this thing.
He is flying around now, coming into hour 5, doing a lovely job as he comes around and finishes off the run. A solid first run from this second driver.
That send into outer 4 was really awesome to watch. Just the big angle that he tried to reel on into it to try and make sure that the car slowed down in time was just absolutely incredible to watch.
That was definitely something. I genuinely think that might have been one of the best approaches going into there so far. But this is the man, the myth, the legend, Ian Koenig himself, coming in with that Corvette, the American, in a true American car, coming around. Oh, look at that thing, it's absolutely shredded. Look at all the speed he's coming into without someone. I can't even get my words together. Austin, what is going on? This car is confusing me. Ian confusing me, but this run is looking really good as he comes across the line. Oh my gosh, Ian Koenig, you can both confuse me and make me just astonished.
You know what it is I think it's his last name is a different wheel company, and we're sponsored by Strom, so trying to say his name just immediately confuses us.
80.3 though for Ian to start with. Lovely stuff there, but we have the IRL driver from Drift League himself, Charlie Hume, coming in. He knows this layout better than anyone. He's drifted it with his real life S13 hatch. What has he got? He's doing a lovely initiation so far, keeping it nice and wide through outer clip 2. What can he do as he comes around towards the slowdown? We're going to see a masterclass of a drive potentially here, going through outside zone 4, doing a lovely drive so far, transitioning into 5. You can tell this man has driven this layout in real life as he comes around across the line. This is a man possessed.
Absolutely, this man looks like he's making this track absolutely his. It just looks like it's second nature to him. You can definitely see he's got the practice on the track in the real setting. Maybe on the sim, he's got to definitely clean up a couple of little corrections here and there, but overall, a very, very strong run from Charlie.
An 86.3 though, so a great start to the run, or should I say to his weekend, as we have Dan Paul now from Super Drift coming in with that PS13 from the VDC Public Pack. I'm pretty sure that's an SR22 in there as well, as he comes around now into the outside zone 4, but goes too wide and hits the tyre wall. Unfortunately, just
big contact moment for Dan Paul, man. That is unfortunate to see. You never want to see somebody not get a score because of contact.
That is very unfortunate, and I have noticed that in practice he has had a bit of struggle getting into that section of the track, but hopefully in his second run he can kind of redeem himself, as we have Eric Linkfist at the line once again with an 81, so he is not representing Team Jump, but he is a man possessed nevertheless, as we send him off now, Austin.
There we go, Eric Linkfist in that S14, ready to send it. Big angle from him on that initiation as he's sending it straight through clips 1, 2, and getting towards 3 here as he's flying into that decel section. Look at that, a lot of speed to scrub off. He just barely does it, but not without, looks like he might have dropped some tires there. Coming into this last section of the course here, finishing out the run strong. Eric Linkfist just looking fantastic in that S14 nonetheless.
Indeed, Eric doing what he can to get that score down. 25.7 from our first judge, 52.3, and he brings it up to a 78 in total. So he's going to stick with the 81 from his first run. So we'll have to see what the cutoff gets him.
But here we go, Carolus in that BMW, ready to send it. Look at that big initiation on that wide line. A little bit of a correction there, but he manages to keep it on that wide line, a very wide line as he's managing that car very nicely. Coming into outside zone 4, look at that, flying around that course, just doing a great job. No visible major mistakes here, except for a small correction there, but otherwise just a very solid run from Carolus.
Indeed, Carolus doing what he needs to do, and I can confirm we do have a drop zone now, and it is a 65.7, which is going to be led by Ryan Craig. So currently, that is where we're at with the drop zone. So we officially do have that going, as we have Louis Zanata now once again with an 88.3. What can he do on his second run? I actually battled him last round, and fortunately, it was me that took the win, so let's see if he can get a redemption this round as he comes around into outer 4 now, looking very dialed in. Louis is absolutely on rails so far as he comes around to the last section of the track across outside clip 7. Lots of angle there, and I don't know if the judges are going to like that, to be honest, because they did ask us is they'd prefer to see a little bit of angle taken out towards that last clip. So it can check up the chase driver, so we'll have to see what the judges think of that. But very nice run there, very controlled, very concise.
Absolutely a fantastic run from him. We'll see what the judges say about that.
It is a 90.3, so I have eaten my own words there. I eat my sock in shame as Luzanata gets a 90.3, and we move on to David Latsko representing Skuko.
David Latsko ready to send it, and he absolutely is. Look at that thing. It is moving. It looks very fast on this track coming into outside zone 4 now. Look at that, having to slow it down, but he manages to do it. Look at that, just absolutely mobbing around the track is David Latsko here, finishing out the run very strong. Just that was incredibly fast. It was incredible to watch that. He came through that first outside corner, and it was just incredible to watch.
That is David Latsko for you. He is definitely something else, and he gets a 91, so the 90s are starting to flow in now as we have Gaius in that R32. People are really getting their confidence up with the Lithuanian coming in now in that skyline. Big initiation there as he comes around to outer 2. Looking very solid so far, but what can he do for the rest of the course? Will it end in defeat or will it end up in a victory? We'll have to see with a 94.3 to start with. So Gaius is currently our leader in the qualifying line, but as he comes across the line, we'll have to see what the judges think.
That was an incredible run, definitely putting all the pieces together for a very, very solid showing from Gaius there. That was absolutely awesome.
Oh, I feel like this could be a good one as well. Oh, but it is an 87.7, so not an improvement from his first run, but he is still our current points leader in qualifying. As we now have Ian Koenig in an absolute weapon of a Corvette as he initiates now into outer clip 1. Very big angle coming around to outer 2, looking very nice and consistent, barely any bobbles as he comes around now in towards outside zone 4. This is not Charlie Hume, I'll just tell you that right now. There we go, Ian Koenig coming around into the latter half of the track now, across clip 6 and across the line, across 7. Lovely stuff there in that Corvette.
Absolutely great showing from Ian Koenig. That Corvette looks absolutely dialed today.
For sure, and he gets an 85, so a lovely improvement there by Ian in the Corvette, so hopefully that will get him through to the top 32 as we have Charlie Hume once again as he comes around in that S13 hatch, absolutely flying around. I don't know where the Scottish accent came from. It's bringing it out of me. I'm preparing for next weekend, but look at Charlie, is absolutely on fire right now as he transitions into outside 5, doing a lovely job as he comes around to outside 7 and across the line. What a run. I do think the Scottish Virtual Drift Series name is getting into my DNA at this point.
At this point, right?
And it's a 90.7 for Charlie Hume. So coming from Drift League in real life and driving a Drift League now in the sim, proving that he is not going to be a pushover for the sim boys, as we now have Dan Paul finishing off the group in that PS13 SR22 powered VDC car as he comes around. Big initiation there, just getting caught up and has to sacrifice his line, unfortunately, as he comes around. Can he recover the run? Will he go too hard into this section? No, he won't. Getting into outside zone 4, doing a nice job keeping it in there, transitioning into 5. Looking good here as he comes around to outside clip 7 and comes across the line.
A bit of a messier run than I'm sure he would have liked, but definitely still going to get a score on the board, which is a good thing considering what happened in the first run. Dan Paul hoping to get a solid score out of that. A couple of noticeable small mistakes, but definitely keeping it all together for sure.
For sure, for sure. I can't find my gloves. I've dropped my gloves. Where have I put? Oh, found my gloves. It's all right. I found them. But there we go. So that is our current standing, with Gaius in a 94.3, still leading, with Arius Diamantis with a 93, Kader James with a 92, Kobe Ardrey with a 91.3, David Latsko with a 91, Charlie Hume with a 90.7, Louis Zanata with a 90.3, James Estrella with an 89. Moving on to the next page, we have Peter Nemeth with an 87.7, followed by Michael Trapp and Peter, all with the same score below them. Just unfortunately, they will be lower down because they got lower second scores, as we have Braden Howard with a 86.3, Ahmed with an 86, as well as Karolis Basinskas. I cannot say that last name for my life. We have Nicholas with an 85.7, as well as Arnold Moss in that Trans Am with an 85.7, Ian Koenig with the 85, Owen Ellis with the 84.7, Emilius with the 83, Edgar's Lasmanis with the 82, as well as Mikey Fallow following in behind him with, oh god, can you say this name again? I've forgotten.
Chorventley, I believe, with an 81.7.
Eric Limbis with an 81. Frederick with the 79. Moving on to the next page. Once again, we have the Canadian man Tim with a 77.7. Rasmus with a 76.7. Jeff Osborne with a 76.3. Portsmouth Holmes with a 73. Richard Yu with a 72.3, Dan Paul with a 72.3 as well, Ryan Quill with a 70.3, and Noah Huff with a 69.3 on the drop zone. Do we have another page for another set of scores? I think we do, but currently it's 6. So this is the current top 32 scores that you can see here. So currently Noah Huff is on that drop zone, so we'll have to see what happens.
Being on the cutoff is no great place to be, but here's hoping he gets to stick around.
And we do just want to mention about, I mean, to be fair, it is absolutely insane. Once again, our sponsors just absolutely coming through. Obviously, we may say it a lot, but we want to mention them because they do a lot for us. They make it happen. I know I'm repeating myself, but please go check out our title sponsors: STRO M Wheels, Mclellan Motorsport, Driftland, GTO Omega, Sikky Manufacturing, DLGB, Kaptured Media, Carbon Drift Team, and Dyce Carriers. Once again, they are just amazing at what they do, and they make everything possible for us. So once again, we are very grateful. They have stuck with us all season, and they have been amazing sponsors, and it's just, we are so grateful. What's your opinion so far, Austin?
I think it's been a great event. It's been really cool to see all of these drivers make a home away from home, so to speak, getting on this track and really shredding just like it was back home at Driftland there. So it's really cool to see these guys taking this new layout in stride.
Oh, for sure. And the skill level has really gone since you last commentated. It's definitely risen above a insane level. That's for sure.
Absolutely, it's been one heck of a level up to watch. I mean, back when I was commentating Series 1, Series 2, we had some strong contenders for sure, but it was definitely a lot less across the board incredible like this. So it's really cool to see everybody bringing the heat.
For sure. This is definitely the most, I'd say one of the most, if not the most competitive grid on the planet. And I will say that with pride, as we really enjoy what we do here at the Scottish Virtual Drift Series.
It's been a wild ride for sure.
Oh, I've just seen someone in the comments saying, I'll see you at SDC, Brandon. Bring your racing shoes, boy. Of course I will. Of course. They're going to be my dance shoes. Let's go. Well, I'm going to be doing the tango with the track. Like, come on.
Oh, Brandon.
I am currently getting a couple of runs in myself.
Getting yourself some practice.
Oh yes, you want to keep the muscle memory fresh, you know?
Absolutely.
And I'm very thankful for Ryusei Akiba I just want to mention, as this is the last round of the season, I want to thank Ryusei Akiba and the whole of Team Reverse for bringing me on onto their team, representing them in the sim. It has been an absolute honor to be a part of such an amazing movement, and if you haven't seen, we are doing quite a bit of things at the moment, so it can only go up from here. And this has been my best season yet, so we'll have to see what happens next season, as we've got a nice bit of a break, and I'm excited to do a lot of testing. And if you didn't know, Ryusei is actually currently over in Ireland, competing at the Irish Drift Series. So if you're in Ireland, or if you're not, go and check it out. He's going to be doing his qualifying and hopefully top 32 at IDS tomorrow. and I'm going to be supporting him all the way through. As we are just now waiting for the next group to come on by. Drivers, come on down. If you don't, you'll
Come on, come on.
Roll up. And it is going to be Group F.
Step right up to the SVDS qualifying line.
This has been a very fast quali so far. I can't lie.
Yeah, we've been moving pretty quick. We've only got a few more groups to go.
Yep, we've got Group F, Group G, and Group H. And Group H is actually mostly a lot of drivers coming from VDM who are they're kind of doing a double header event this weekend. So we'll see how that goes. As I can see in Group F, we are getting everyone gridded up. And it seems to be a smaller group so far compared to the rest. Let's see, but look at that. That is art. That E92 Eurofighter is just absolute art. I love it. The livery, the kit, the wheels, everything. It is perfect. It genuinely is my favorite BMW on the grid. And I will stand on that hill till I die. We also have Jordi Lopez in that 1M. Very popular chassis this season. As you can see, everyone is doing bits and bobs with them. Jordi doing a really good job this season, coming in with a big fight in his hand. As well, this man has the sleight of hand in that G87. Looking very nice, very unique livery there, going with the black and white color scheme. Very interesting wheel choice though, but you have also got Liam Skihill in that Dodge front end M3 Touring. It's such a strange car, but you know what? I'm all for it. Our head judge Rise always calls it the GTA car, and you've also got Killian in that A80 Supra, and I've got to say that is a beautiful livery on that, and it suits it very well.
Absolutely.
The presentation on all of the cars this season is just absolutely insane.
Everybody's got their own style, and it's always nice to see. One of my favorite things about drifting is the fact that, unlike everybody else where you have these homologated specials and you get cars that have very similar looking liveries, you know, drifting, everybody has the freedom. As long as you follow the rules in terms of how to build your car, you get the freedom to kind of build whatever you want.
Oh yes, and I've just noticed I've offended Caden by calling this my favourite BMW in the season. I'm sorry, Caden. I love your car, but this is just hits different for me. Okay, it's not my fault. But here we go, initiating in that E92 Eurofighter. Oh, what happened there? Oh, we had a quick restart. I think they were just doing a light test, and I think he thought that was a go-ahead. So we'll have to see. Either no, he hit the cones. I'm not too sure, but. Have we got the overlay for the drivers? I'm pretty sure we do. It's having a bit of a moment, and we have Jakub. Here we go. I think that's Czech, isn't it? That flag is from Czech. Czech, or is it? I don't know. I could be absolutely wrong here. I am terrible with my flags for countries.
I was about to say I'm not entirely sure either.
Oh god, we are awful. Yes, he did hit the cones, so that's why we're getting a server restart. And once again, not server restart, a run restart, as we have the Drift League layout ran at T-side. Remember, this will be ran in real life as well, as you have him now, Jakub just firing it in that HGK E92 Eurofighter, going absolutely flying towards outside zone 4, going really quick into there, but manages to make it work. Really nice work as he transitions into outside 5, going through 6 and across the line over 7. Lovely first run there from Jakub. Eric Linkfus in the chat saying, does he do a LCR Mustang next season? Yes, you do. You've got no choice. You've said it, you do it.
I was going to say, you should. RTR Mustangs are getting really popular because, well, they're good.
Well, you got James Dean to thank for that.
Absolutely. James Dean, it's been really cool to see him in the FD season doing what he has been doing to those chassis, helping them get that thing set up even better than it already was.
For sure, but we have Jordi Lopez now in that 1M, a really nice car, FK simulation, I think it's FK, I can't read it on the side. I am terrible, but he's doing a really nice job so far, coming around very fast, very consistent. as he comes around into the transition now. Into out of 5, doing a lovely job though. Geordie is an absolute animal this season, coming in out of nowhere and just kind of just saying, hey, I'm here. Let's go. Let's have fun.
Let's shake things up. We love a driver like that.
Yeah, with an 85.3 starting off, Geordie absolutely killing it. As we now have this lovely G87 on the line, and I love how wide it is. It is just chunky. Dawson Silver.
Dawson Silver, that G87. Here we go. Big initiation. Look at that. Flying through that first corner as he goes through outside clip 2. Flying towards 3. Let's see how he gets the car slowed down. A little bit of wavering, but he manages to get it slowed down in time to get it into that outside zone 4. Just about perfect. Coming into outside clip 6 and 7. Finishing it out. And that is a solid run for Dawson Silver.
That was lovely, lovely stuff there. 81.3 to start with, so lovely stuff. And we're about to answer Jim's question in the comments. Is Liam driving? Yes, it is. Liam Skillhall now in that very, very loud V8. Oh, and the countdown goes again. 7-4 having a moment there as he initiates in. Having a bit of a check-up though as he comes around to clip 2. Trying to come around into clip 3 now. Has he got it in the bag? Yes, he does. Gets the slowdown. Very nice there. Into outside zone 4. Filling it out lovely as he transitions into clip 5. Looking very good so far as he comes around across to the finish line.
Liam Scahill definitely probably driving my my vote for most unique build of the day.
Hey,
of the season, really.
Don't let that Mark IV Golf just like get away from that.
Hey, listen, the Mark IV Golf is at least one car.
That is true. That is true. You've got me there. As we have Killian now. Killian, sorry, not Killian. Coming in with a lovely initiation, coming around the Frenchman himself. Coming into outside zone 4, doing a lovely job in that A80 Supra as he transitions into out of 5. Looking very clean and consistent, very smooth, and that's what the judges want to be seeing. Killian, take your hat off. Give us a bow. That was a lovely first run.
I was about to say, you'd love to see an A80 Supra doing its job there. It looks fantastic.
Can't lie, I do like it. 82.7 though for his first run. Very nice stuff there. As we move.
Oh, and here's your favorite BMW.
Oh yes, Caden, I am so sorry, but I am not sorry at the same time. This thing is gorgeous as he comes around now into the initiation. Big angle, but has to dial it off a bit as he almost over-rotates, but Jakob doing a good job as he comes around into out of 3. Can he get into out of 4 nicely? Yes, he can. Absolutely flying around there so far as he transitions now into 5. Keeping it really tidy though. Coming around a little bit of a waver there, coming across the line.
Great showing here from Jakob in that BMW. That was just a fantastic job, and it's a really good looking car. I'm starting to warm up to it with with your perspective there, Brandon. That thing looks absolutely insane.
It just looks like what you would see in Drift Masters, and I love it. It is perfection. But we have Jordi Lopez now in that. I think it's FK Solutions from what I can remember on the side of the car. That's one of his title sponsors. If I'm not, please correct me. But as he comes around now across in the 1M, looking very nice so far. Bit of a lock up in the front wheels there just to get the car to float back. And outside zone 4 doing a nice job transitioning to 5. A bit of a lag spike there, but manages to keep it going nevertheless. Coming across the line. Lovely stuff there from Jordi Lopez with an 85.3 to start with. So let's see what he gets for the second.
That 1M being a very popular chassis, and it seems like a lot of these guys driving them definitely know what they're doing with them. Jordi Lopez, no exception. Absolutely putting it down for sure with an 87 flat, it looks like. Doing a fantastic job at wowing the judges.
So now we have Dawson Silver in that G87. Absolutely shredding so far, doing a lovely job. Keeping it really wide there as he comes around now into out of 4. Just a bit of a check-up though, as they now come into the transition to out of 5. Just a bit of wavering in some places, but manages to keep the run nice and big and consistent. So we'll have to see what the judges think of that little check-up going into out of 4.
You know, it doesn't quite look like it, but that car is definitely quite large when put on this track. So it's definitely proven to be a bit of a beast to wrestle there for Dawson Silver.
Oh yeah, it is a chunky boy. It is.
You want to talk about chonky boys, though? Take a look at this estate coming out. Liam Scahill. This thing is incredible to look at. It's, what is that again? A Charger front end on that thing?
SRT
That is
Charger.
incredible. Sending it into that first corner, sending it out into those outside clips. He's looking great on that bank. Just a fantastic job from Liam here. Looking a lot cleaner than the first run. With a little bit of a bobble there going into outside zone 4, but he is still managing to keep it solid. Looking great, though, as he comes through that last section of the course. Fantastic run from Liam.
Amazing stuff there by Liam Scahill. What can he do, though, for the Wild Monkeys Drift team? Another amazing character. An 87, so lovely stuff there from Liam Scahill. Big improvement as we have Killian now at the start line, waiting for him to be absolutely firing that A80 down into towards the bank of Doom. That is a big bank in real life. It's not that banked, but it is very interesting. I've been on this track in real life myself. As we have Killian now from France in that A80 Supra, just firing it into the bank there, coming around to outer 2, looking very nice so far. Lots of speed, lots of consistency, lots of smoothness coming into outer 4. Lovely stuff there. Maybe just dropping one tire. We can't really see from that perspective, but we'll have to see what the judges think. But a lovely snappy transition into 5 and across the line. What a run for Killian.
We love to see that A80 Supra sliding around the course, making it look easy. Killian did a fantastic job with it.
Indeed, and that does wrap up that section of the
Qualifying.
Yes, Group F. Sorry, I am slowing down somehow. I don't know what is going on with me, but here we go. Here are your scores currently in the top 32 of drivers in qualifying, and it is very, very equal so far in the mid pack. As you can see, that is crazy. Look at it. Look how many 80s there are.
Everybody's doing really consistent on this track, and it's really cool to see.
Honestly, it's actually kind of intimidating. I can't lie. But as you can see there, the drop zone is a 76.3.
I was about to say, there's only one more group in between you there, Brandon.
I know, it's getting a bit intimidating. I don't know if we're going to have a server restart for the next set of groups, but we'll have to see. So, just one more mention of our sponsors. I'm just going to quickly fire through these. We got our title sponsor, STRO M Wheels. Then we got Mclellan Motorsport, Driftland, GT Omega, Sikky Manufacturing, DLGB, Kaptured Media, Carbon Drifting, and Dyce Carriers. Without them, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. And big thank you for DriftLeague for giving us the opportunity to collaborate this round and getting onto T-side. But we're just going to throw up some ads and have a short ad break while we get the next group in. Carbon Drifting, sponsoring SVDS Series 4. Looking for high quality model work or replica cars? CDT has it all in store waiting for you. With a highly skilled team, they are at the forefront of making sure the product that you receive is of the highest quality. Make sure to check out the socials and Gumroad for any and all projects to be released.
like I love myself.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got. Oh,
Is that everything you got?
last turn.
Catch me if you can.
That was great.
That was a good game.
Unlock true experience with GT Omega.
Up to my speaker combo. Going to my speaker combo. Going to my speaker combo.
GT Omega. Stay ahead of the game.
Would you feel better if I said that this time?
Carbon Drift Team, sponsoring SVDS Series 4. Looking for high quality model work or replica cars? CDT has it all in store waiting for you. With a highly skilled team, they are at the forefront of making sure the product that you receive is of the highest quality. Make sure to check out the socials and Gumroad for any and all projects to be released.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SVDS returns with some more qualifying action. We're back and we are ready to send him. I believe that's an Anthony Taylor on the line, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me just tap back into Discord. Yes, it is. That's Mr. Anthony Taylor himself and Mr. Aquas representing Team Hashira, one of my teammates who I actually knocked out in the first round of this season.
Well, Anthony Taylor has definitely shown before that he's a force to be reckoned with, so here's hoping qualifying is no different for him, especially here at this new track.
We will have to see what he's got as we wait for our start line marshal to send him down the main straight. As I get a bit of acid reflux. Oof. Damn, that's spicy.
I think we in the commentary business call that one a bit of a TMI there, Brandon.
Nah, not enough.
Not enough. All right, fair enough. I wonder if Anthony Taylor would think the same sitting there on the line listening to us bumble up here. But here we go. The lights finally go green, and Anthony Taylor sends it for his first run. Getting ready to send it here. He goes in for that big flick initiation, sends it right on the line. Look at that, sending it right out and wide on the course, taking that bit of a shallower line to get out to outside zone 3. Look at that. Beautiful job coming into 4. He is absolutely dialed today. Look at this, making his way out to clip 5, 6, and rounded out to 7. Finishing out that run strong is Anthony Taylor.
Lovely stuff there from Anthony, showing that the A90 is nothing to be messed with. As, whoa, okay, that thing is raised up a lot at the front. I don't know if it's just me, that looks like it's very high at the front there. As to our next driver, Dominic Bergmanis from Latvia. In that Aston Martin, that thing is, it does look
another
like
one of those unique builds coming into this series. We always love these.
it looks like it's raised at the front. I don't know if that's just me or if it's the splitter, but either way, he's firing it into the initiation, going into clip 2, filling it out nicely there. Oh, keeping it really wide there, maybe shallowing a bit on the angle, but manages to keep it going nicely into 4 there as he comes around now for the transition into 5. A bit of a slow transition there. The judges wanted to see a bit of a snappier transition, but as he comes across the line, we'll have to see what the judges think.
Yeah, that transition definitely causing a bit of a hiccup. You saw him add angle towards clip 6 there, so it'll definitely be a little bit of a mistake going into that, but Dominic's hopefully still pulling out a solid showing here. You see 2 judges, looks like have submitted their score. We still need a 3rd.
Just waiting on that now. The tension is real as they send Harvey Cundy down the line to left. Oh, 76 for Dominic Bergmanis. There is some room to be improved, but Harvey Cundy representing the UK, and Wild Monkey's coming through with that lovely GT86, firing it in towards outside zone 4 as it comes around nice and smooth there. Maybe just a bit of consistency in the angle, but could have been improved there, but fires it through across the line. So definitely, I know Harvey's got a bit more in him there to get a bit more out of that run. I'll have to see what the judges think though, because I'm only a commentator and a driver, so you know, I'm not a judge. I don't know exactly what they're looking for, so we'll have to see.
For sure. Harvey Cundy, definitely one of those drivers that can absolutely ruin a weekend for some of those really high up guys, because he'll come in and he'll be a wild card and just take down everyone. He's one of those guys that can absolutely just come in and mess up everyone's day.
Getting an 85 though for Harvey. We've got Sylvester Snotch in that A80 Supra. And I don't know what country he's from. It's just a green flag, so we'll have to see. Maybe he's like... so we don't know for sure right now, but Sylvester doing a lovely job so far, going into clip 5. Very smooth transition there as he comes through across the line. Very nice first run there from Sylvester.
I really love watching these A80 Supras go around and actually have like a really solid showing, especially considering how popular they used to be. I remember Series 2 being pretty A80 Supra-ified. It's about the only chassis everybody really switched to that season.
It is indeed, but an 84.7 to start with. We have Chase Cronin, also known as Ace, as I know him, coming in that A90 Supra from the SVDS pack, looking very solid so far though. He's coming around towards out of 3, bit of a shallow up there on the angle. It is acceptable, bit shallow on out of 4 to start with, but manages to get it deeper as well. Oh, but a bit of a check up there on out of 5. Just having a bit of a mistake there. Could that be 2 wheels off? We'll have to see.
That is unfortunate for him. We'll have to see how that's going to affect his score.
Indeed, 74.7, so definitely got docked for it, but not as ideal as we want. But Nicholas Bond in that almost a GT Omega, in that Vauxhall Omega, as he comes around. This is actually a car he does run in real life as well, which is really cool. It's yeah, it's just something really unique there with the drag spoiler on the back. Does struggle to get it into outside zone 4 a bit there, but a big transition there as he comes around now into the last clip as he crosses the line. I do think that is the first set of runs completed. So with that, I will be going and get ready to get my qualifying runs done. So I will see you all shortly.
Well, with Brandon Carter, he is going to be on his way to go and to get himself some practice because his group is coming up next. He's going to be qualifying, so here's hoping that that goes well for him. Anthony Taylor ready to send him for his second qualifying run in that A90 Supra. Anthony Taylor going in for that big flick initiation just like he does every time. Look at that big angle around that first corner, just absolutely sending it. Coming up a bit short through that last section of the corner, but manages to still pull it out to outside zone 3. Outside zone 4 looking very solid as well. Big snap into that outside touch and go. Fantastic job from Anthony Taylor so far, and finishing out the run strong. This man is on a mission. We'll have to see what the judges think about that score here as they come in. You see the run so far, and look at that, slightly better than his first. It's going to be an 88.3 for Anthony Taylor. Moving in, coming up next here is going to be this Aston Martin of Dominic Bergmanis. Look at that big initiation, a little bit of wavering, but still manages to get it out to outside clip 2, firing it out to that outside wide line. Look at that, slowing down the Aston Martin. Let's see how he does. Look at that beautiful job through outside zone 4. Big transition into clip 5 and 6. Look at that. This man is also on a mission. Everybody here is on a mission. Qualifying is definitely a tough one. Dominic Bergman is a solid run from that Aston Martin, pulling out a 73.7. Doesn't better his first run, but still a solid showing. Next up here, I believe we've got... This is Harvey Cundy in his GT86, getting ready to send it here. The lights will go on, the lights will go green, and this man will get his second shot. That first run being an 85. It's going to be tough to better that one, but we'll see what he can put down. Here we go, firing it out of that start chicane and sending it into the first corner. Look at that, a little bit of wavering, but looking solid now. Set it and forget it. That GT86 absolutely flying. Look at that big angle coming into outer 4. Manages to massage it out there. Looking really solid as he transitions into 5 and 6. Looking really good as he comes out towards 7, reeling the angle off and finishing out the run strong. Harvey Cundy, an absolutely fantastic driver and absolutely showing it with that run. Will it better the 85? It'll be up to the judges to decide that. And unfortunately not. It looks like it's going to be an 82.3 for the second run, making that 85 his better of the two. Next up, Sylvester Snock. I'm not entirely sure on that last name. Here we go. Sylvester in that A80 Supra, flying out of that start chicane, flying down the straightaway. Big flick initiation from that Supra. Look at that. A little bit of wavering, though, as he tries to massage it out to that outside clip. Look at that, though. Finds his line, finds the line he wants to ride, and he comes into that second section of the course. Look at this. Beautiful job through outside 4 into the clips. He's got a bit of angle he's got to reel off, and he's still managing to do it. Absolutely fantastic finish to that run. A bit of a rocky start, and it'll reflect in his score, but hopefully that'll be a solid run for Sylvester. I'm waiting for that third judge score to come in, and we'll see if it betters his first. Oh, unfortunately it doesn't with an 80.7. He doesn't better his first run, but we'll see what happens here with Mr. Chase Cronin sending it in. Beautiful initiation coming into outside clip 2. Fantastic out on that wide line, doing a great job putting that car right where it needs to be. A little bit of hesitation there with the front end coming into outer 4, but still manages to make it work. Looking solid into 5 and 6. He's really reeling it on now and finishing out the run strong is Chase. Chase looking really good. Here's hoping that run's going to better his first at the 74.7 he had with the first run. We're going to hope that that second run does better his first with an 81. That puts Chase Cronin in a decent position now. It's looking really solid, but here we go. We got Nicholas Bond in that I can't remember what this thing is called. But Nicholas doing a fantastic job going through outside clip 2 into outside clip 3. Fantastic as he fires it into outside zone 4. That thing, it looks like it is a blast to drive as he's firing it around those outside clips towards the end of the run. A fantastic job from Nicholas Bond. Absolutely a fantastic showing. We'll see the score roll in here. Oh, and unfortunately with some tire drops, possibly. It looks like it's going to be a 68.3. Alrighty, well, wrapping out that group, that is the end of that group, and we are looking at some of our more solid scores here. You see the 94.3 of Gaitis still being in that top spot, 93 from Arias, and 92 from Caden James, rounding out that top 3. A lot of really consistent scores. It seems everybody likes to get those 87s today. That seems to be a pretty consistent score throughout a lot of these middle guys here. Coming down the list here, we're seeing still a lot of 80s, 86.3 leading down to the 86, and then 85.7 down to the 85. Like, it looks like everybody's right in this middle section. Everybody's looking really consistent today. Looking at that cutoff point, it's a 79. If you do not better a 79, you are not making it into the show tomorrow. So these drivers are starting to feel the pressure now. I imagine our co-commentator Brandon is also probably feeling it as well. But this is going to get crazy. We are loading in our next group now, but while we're doing this, take a look. You can absolutely go to our sponsors here. We got GT Omega. You know, they are absolutely providing, I believe it's a cockpit for one of the winners there. It's going to be really cool to see that. We've got quite a few of our partners here. We've got STRO M Wheels, Mclellan Motorsport, we got Driftland, we got Sikky Manufacturing, Drift League, as well as Kaptured Media. We got Carbon Drift Team and Dyce Carriers. A very strong lineup of some really awesome folks back in our series, making sure that the lights stay on and that everybody gets a little something there for sure. So it's really cool to see that we're getting the support on the sim side now that it's being taken more seriously. It's really cool to see a lot of these companies move in and help us out. So definitely a big thank you to a lot of those guys. It's really awesome to see that. So moving into our next group here, I cannot wait to see how these guys do. It'll be our last group of the day, I believe, Group H. And yeah, we've got some heavy hitters in here. I'm looking at Cameron Mustard in there, Brandon Carter, got Vitaly Isevs down there. Yeah, definitely a good couple of guys in there for sure. It's going to be a really interesting show for this last group. The judges just getting all the drivers all lined up and all in their in the server, just trying to make sure that everybody's all sorted and we can get these runs going. We hope everybody's having a great time watching the stream today. Scottish Virtual Drift Series. I cannot believe that we are still doing so incredibly well. This series is awesome. It has been it was awesome being a part of it so early and coming back to help Brandon commentate today. It's definitely a really awesome being back. So SVDS, really cool to see the progression of all the drivers, of all the staff, of all the everything. It's every time I come here, it's just an awesome experience. So it's really cool to see SVDS doing as good as we are. Just waiting to find out when we're ready here. Just getting these drivers all loaded up can sometimes take a bit of time. We just got to get them all loaded into the server and we can get them all ready to run. I know Brandon Carter's probably doing quite a bit of practice down there trying to get everything all ready, but he's probably loading up now and getting all sorted. Here we go. Look at this. Look at that beautiful Carbon Drift Team E36. Fantastic looking vehicle there. Look at that. I honestly love to see all the liveries and all the looks of the cars. I mean, oh, and here we go. One of my favorite drivers. We got Cameron Mustard in the Jap Speed R32. This thing is absolutely awesome to watch rip around. It looks great. Oh, and everybody gets a close-up look at our patented judge's chair. That thing is packing some horsepower, you best believe. Alrighty, we should be getting going here. We're getting all of our drivers lined up. Look at that, Brandon Carter there in the Team Reverse Simulation Team S15. That thing looks fantastic. I've always loved the livery that they went with on that thing. Looks absolutely insane. Volino Tires, Team Reverse Simulation Team, Strom Wheels, one of the main partners of the series as well. But here we go. Get those name tags up and we'll get these guys sent. We'll see the lights go on, and actually I'm seeing a lack of lights. We got to get our starting line marshal up to the line here. There you go. You can see the light tree moving into frame there, moving into view. It's gonna be the thing that tells them to get going. But here we go. Sam Hudson in that BMW. See the lights go red, the lights will go green, and Sam Hudson will take off to kick off this last group of qualifying. Sam Hudson getting ready for his first run. We'll get him sent here in any moment now. Definitely a very stacked lineup of drivers in this qualifying group. I'm seeing some big names for sure. I'm also being told too that a lot of these guys, one of the reasons why a lot of these guys are running the last group here is that some of these guys were also just running VDM this weekend too, so you can probably check them out over there this weekend as well. But right now they're here, they're ready to qualify, and I imagine they're probably a bit tired too. I imagine doing a doubleheader weekend cannot be fun for anyone doing for anyone hoping to have some energy left after the day. There we go. We should be getting ready to send him here any moment. Sam Hudson getting ready in his BMW there. Getting ready to send it. Alrighty, I think we're all finally set up. It looks like we are finally getting the lights green, and here we go. Sam Hudson to kick off Group H. Here we go, big flick initiation. Look at that. This thing is incredible. Look at that, it's flying around this E46. I believe that's a compact. It is absolutely shredding this course. Sam Hudson looking great through this section of the course, this final section, as he's going over clip 6 and 7, finishing it out. A solid run to start the day for Sam Hudson. Well, start his day. But here we go, the man, the myth, the legend, the man you've been hearing talk with me the whole time. We got Brandon Carter up at the line. See Sam Hudson's scores roll in here in a moment. Alrighty, the first judge has got a score. Second judge has got a score. But here we go. Brandon Carter's going to take off here as we wait for a score for Sam Hudson. But Brandon Carter sending it in. Big initiation. We love to see that right there on that wide line. A little bit of a waiver from him, but he flies around that first corner solid. Look at that. Getting the slowdown dialed in. Getting into outside zone 4 beautifully. Big transition coming onto that outside clip into clip 6 and 7. Finishing out the run strong. Look at that. Brandon Carter putting down a solid run for the Team Reverse Simulation team. And there we go. It's an 87.7 for that first run. It's a strong run to start. He'll want to improve it, but it's definitely going to be a good one for him. Danique Joseph, here we go. Big initiation in that BMW. Look at that. Out on that outside clip, flying around that first outside zone, and he's looking great coming into outside zone 4. Fantastic job from Danique Joseph. Look at that outside on those outside clips. He is just absolutely sending it. This man is doing a fantastic job. Danique Joseph just absolutely putting it down for alrighty, and look at that, a 90.3 for his first run. We're going to get ready to send our next driver, one of the IRT drivers. This, I believe, is Daniel Andreev. Here we go. Look at that. Sending it into that first outside zone. Look at that. A beautiful job into that outside clip. Into 3 now. Let's see how he handles the slowdown. Look at that. Doing a great job into outside zone 4. He's got a lot of angle. Transitioning now into outside clip 5 and 6. He's doing it absolutely aggressive, but always pinpoint accurate. These IRT guys are always like so just on the edge, always just trying to be pinpoint perfect, and it's incredible. It always shows in their runs. Alrighty, at a 92.3 for Daniel Andreev's first run. He's going to be sitting pretty, sitting happy with that first run, but Vitaly Isev hoping to match his teammate here. Let's see how he does. Beautiful initiation as he comes out to that second outside clip. Absolutely sending it. This BMW is just not taking any prisoners today. It is quick. It is fast. It is gripped up, transitioning really nicely into these last few clips here, finishing out that last corner almost perfectly. Vitaly Isev doing a great job. Vitaly has always been known for being one of those wild drivers who just is always perfect. I mean, these IRT guys, they've always been known for really, really, really good. And a 95 for Vitaly Isev. That is incredible. Vitaly Isev coming out with a 95 for that first run is nothing short of amazing, but here we go. Cameron Mustard hoping to match the same energy in that Jap Speed R32. Big initiation. Look at that angle. He has to reel quite a bit of it off going into clip 2, but he's still got quite a bit of that momentum. That R32 sending it into outside zone 4. Look at that. Maybe he might not have the greatest line points for that, but the style's going to be out the roof. A big initiation from Cameron Mustard to kick off his first run. It might hurt him score-wise, but that was cool to watch. Oh, that's unfortunate. Unfortunately, the entry was a bit too crazy for the judges, and the judges have unfortunately deemed it that he would have choked up a chase driver and have zeroed the run. So, unfortunately, Cameron Mustard will have to go on to that second run to hopefully get a score, but instead we'll have to see Samuel Cootie here. Sam going to send it in his Carbon Drift Team E36. Look at that beautiful initiation as he sends it out to this outside zone. A little bit of wavering, trying to get that E36 out on that wide line that he needed it on. He got there in the end, but definitely going to be something the judges look at. Looking solid through outside zone 4, and he's looking great into these clips, but definitely a run he'll have to put together for that second run. He's definitely going to lose out on some points for a couple of those little corrections. A solid run overall from Samuel, though, still. But here we go. You'll see the score come up in the bottom left here. That's first judge is done. And then there we go. It looks like he's got an 85 for that first run. So definitely a few areas of improvement to be made, but a solid run for that first one. Sam Hudson back in his E46 compact for his second run here. Got an 81.3 on the first. So let's see how he does on the second. Big initiation, looking solid through that first corner. Look at that, just absolutely putting the pressure down on that E46's chassis here. Look at that. Beautifully done on the slowdown coming into outside zone 4. Look at this. He's doing a great job coming into these clips. This E46 compact showing, hey, I can do exactly what the regular E46s do. My short rear end does not hinder me in any way. But taking a look at that second score, will it better his first? We'll see as the third judgment rolls in. It was an 86.7 or an 81.3 for the first run, and an 85 for the second run. He does better his first run, Sam Hudson. Now we have Brandon Carter sending it in. Big initiation. Look at that, looking a lot more careful on that first corner, but definitely sending it with some aggression. That reverse S15 handling the slowdown perfectly, coming into that outside zone 4, looking really solid as he transitions now, coming into this last section of the course, hoping he doesn't drop a tire. He's going to put it right on the edge. Brandon Carter does a fantastic second run. Will it better the 87.7 he got in the first run? We'll have to see. That's 1, 2. We'll have a third judge here. It doesn't quite better the first run. It's an 87 still, but that extra 0.7 he's missed out on, unfortunately. So he will have to sit on that 87.7, hoping that keeps him in that mid-pack range to make it into the show tomorrow. But here we go. Danique Joseph in his BMW sending it into that outside clip. Look at that, riding the outside edge of the course. He's getting ready for the slowdown section, coming into outside zone 4. He handles it nicely. Beautiful job through outside zone 4 as he manages to transition into this outside clip. Looking great as he finishes out the run right on the edge of the course. Danique Joseph definitely doing a fantastic job. Will it be enough to better a 90 though? That will be the question for the judges. That's 1. That's 2. Will we have a third judge here in a minute? We'll see what the last score is. Will he better his first run? Oh, comes up about a point shy with an 89 for his second run. So he will have to sit on that 90, but the 90 is not anything to sneeze at. Neither is the 89. But here we go. Daniel Andreev for the first, or for his second run for that IRT BMW, sending it on that outside wide line, looking fantastic. That 92.3 was a solid run for that first run. Let's see if this second run is looking any better. Look at that fantastic job through outside zone 4, transitioning for these last few clips, 5, 6, and 7. Just perfect. You can almost never see a correction in these guys. It's just incredible. Daniel Andreev, let's see what that score is going to look like. Will he better it? Will he be able to better that 92.3, or will he stay with it? I mean, either way, I think we can almost guarantee he's getting into the show with it. Unfortunately, though, that second run wasn't enough to better, and he gets a 90.7. That 92.3 going to be what he sits on here. But Vitaly Isev at the line here. The light tree going to go up, and then we are going to see him send it that second to that, or the last run for IRT. Here we go, firing it out of the start chicane, firing it down the straight. Big initiation from Vitaly Isev is right there on the edge of the track, just like he was the first time, sending it all the way around. Look at that, right there on the edge of the track, exactly where it needs to be, slowing it down perfectly into outside zone 4. There's a reason why that 95 came out for the first run there. He is doing a great job at least matching it. Will he be able to better it? It is a very tall order to get past a 95, but we will see.
That was pretty damn nice, I've got to say. This group's definitely been interesting, that's for sure.
And he's back. Brandon Carter back in the booth.
Hello.
But here we go.
I am very happy
Brandon,
with 7-7.
That's absolutely fantastic, Brandon. You did a very good job in qualifying. That was really cool to see. But here we go. Cameron Mustard getting ready for his second run, ready to send it. Here's hoping he puts a score on the board. A nice big entry from him. Not quite as big as the first, but in this case, that's a good thing. Sending it into that outside zone 3. Beautiful job on that eject speed R32. Look at that, flowing through outside zone 4 effortlessly and coming in through the last few clips. Cameron Mustard finishing out his run strong. I think that one's going to get him a score.
I would hope so, to be honest. Cameron's just come from VDM, very talented man. And yeah, it's wait, is that a 95? Do I say
That's
yes,
a 95 for Cameron Mustard.
So tying up with Vitalia is second place in quali, but now we have Samuel Kudi to finish off qualifying. Here we go, the last run of the night. Here we go, Samuel Kudi in that CDT. E36, absolutely firing it down the course with his rotors glowing red as he comes around. The brakes are absolutely working their heads off. We're coming around into the last hairpin now, absolutely firing it through with an 85 on the first score. What can we expect from Samuel Kudi in the second run? Wow.
This is going to be an interesting score here. We're going to have to see how he does here. Will he better the first run? He's got an 85, and he does. He gets an 87.7. The final qualifier manages to better his second run, and with that, we have one of the most stacked qualifying lists I have seen in a long time. I mean, the first 8 drivers are all above a 90.
It is getting
like, that's already something to start with. You're still above 90s for the first 3 on the second page, and then it's just 80s almost the rest of the way down. There's Brandon Carter in 14th with an 87.7. Our man right here, the man, the myth, the legend. Trav there also with an 87.7. Now that's going to be an exciting driver to see tomorrow. Got a few guys in here that are going to be some heavy hitters here as you go down the list. And look at this, just 80s, 80s, 80s. The cutoff was an 84.7. That is wild. The cutoff being in the 80s is just incredible. Brandon, what do you have to say?
This has been one of the craziest qualifying sessions I've seen in a long time, and it just goes to prove everyone's eager for this track. And once again, we would love to thank Driftland GB for letting us collaborate with them on this track. It has been absolutely insane. What a way to finish the last qualifying session of the season. It has been absolutely stacked, and now we've got a top 32 bracket like no other. It is going to be full of talent. It is going to be full of ups, downs. It is going to be amazing. I'm so proud to be a part of that last bracket of the season, and we've just got to go hard, and hopefully we do get a bracket up ahead ready to go. So we'll see roughly where we'll be sat at, and I would love to thank once again all of our sponsors: GT Omega, our head title sponsor Strom Wheels, Mclellan Motorsport, Driftland, Sikky Manufacturing, Driftland GB, Kaptured Media, Carbon Drift Team, and Dyce Carriers. It has been such an amazing season, and what a way to finish the last qualifying session of the season. And do we have a top 32 bracket? Oh, so we're going to get our prizes for the season up now. So as you can see, at first place, you get £200 plus a Strom DS Series rim of your choice. As you can see there, you've got the choice of the DS25s, 35s, DS05s, 15s, and just wow, it is such an amazing prize to have. So thank you so much to Strom Wheels for hooking us up with that for our top winner of the season. And at second place, we have £150 plus a G2 Omega ART cockpit, which is what I'm currently running myself, and it is an amazing piece of kit to have. And then at third place, you have £100 plus a Sikky handbrake, an amazing piece of engineering from Sikky Manufacturing there. So thank you so much to Sikky Manufacturing for providing that for our third place. And a hard charger for the season is £50 plus a GT Omega Pro Series chair, and I've got to say, my brother has one. They are insane, the best gaming chairs you can buy, hands down. So make sure you're in it to win it, and that is for the hard charger. So thank you to all of our sponsors, GT Omega, Sikky, and Strom, for providing those prizes for the season. It has been an insane season, and we've got to leave it now for the top 32 bracket tomorrow, and we'll see how the action goes down.
Well, it's absolutely been a fantastic day. Everybody's showing their skills. I mean, SVDS has always been a kind of a diamond in the rough, seeing all of these guys come here and put down some incredibly consistent runs here. It's really awesome to see. Some of these guys, especially in that last group, running VDM at the same time. I mean, I made a comment about them probably being tired, but I don't think I saw any of them even slip a Z, man. I think they're all pretty awake today.
Oh, for sure. It takes another kind of driver to do a double header event in the same weekend. So fair play to them. And I just want to double check. Do we have a bracket, or are we going to be getting that after the stream finishes for everyone to see on the socials? Just checking with our stream manager now. Okay, so we are just waiting on the final scoring to be done as we await the bracket.
Oh man, what a run, what a day it was today. You know, qualifying isn't usually the most exciting part of a weekend, but when you have a lot of drivers this consistent, this incredible, all of these guys just on the mark today, you can make qualifying at least a pretty exciting part of the weekend. And I think this was no different. This was one hell of a day for sure.
Oh, definitely. Who do you think? Right, I want to see your Awesome. What do you think? Predictions for for the bracket tomorrow. Who do you think is going to take the top spot?
Oh, that's
I want to hear your top three. I want to hear your top three and a hard charger. What's your prediction?
I mean, okay, let's be honest. As a commentator, I've got a few personal biases. I've got a couple of drivers in there that are some really good friends of mine. So if I'm staying politically correct, I'm going to say I've got a few guys in there that I'm really hoping take the cake. I'm looking at Anthony Taylor, one of my good friends. I think he's really got it. He's got a really good shot at making it in. One of my favorite drivers as well. I think Cameron Mustard, while he may have been rocky in qualifying, you know, I think, did he make it in?
I think so.
I was going to say, I think while he might have been a bit more rocky in qualifying, I think if he's in there, he should have a shot, because I think while doing battles and everything, he's definitely one of those drivers that can really put it on your door. And then last but not least, I may be stroking some egos here, but Brandon, I really hope you do well tomorrow. I'd love to see you on the box.
Let's see, but here you go, the top 32 bracket for tomorrow, the last bracket of the season. We start with Vitaly Azaev versus Sylvester Snotch, Samuel Cutie versus Michael Trabb, David Lasko versus Karolis, Charlie Hume versus Ahmed. We've got Arias Diamantis versus Sam Hudson, Anthony Taylor versus Jordi Lopez, Daniel Andreev versus Harvey Kundi, James Estrella versus Liam Skihill, Cameron Mustard versus AJ Gallant, Peter Nemeth versus Peter. Two different Peters, one definitely different spellings.
It's an all Peter battle.
We've got Kobe versus Nicholas. We've got Dunique Joseph versus Braden Howard, Gaius versus Ian Koenig, myself versus Dawson Silva, Caden James versus Arnold Moss, and Luis Zanata versus Killian. What a bracket. But from that, we would once again like to thank all of our sponsors and all of the viewers and all of the drivers who have made this season so special, and we can only go bigger and better for that. But until then, we've got tomorrow's action at the top 32, so we'll see you there. Carbon Drift Team, sponsoring SVDS Series 4. Looking for high quality model work or replica cars? CDT has it all in store waiting for you. With a highly skilled team, they are at the forefront of making sure the product that you receive is of the highest quality. Make sure to check out the socials and Gumroad for any and all projects to be released.
Come on.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me what you got.
Is that everything you got?
Last turn.
Catch me if you can.
That was great.
That was a good game.
Unlock true experience with GT Omega.
Up to my speaker combo. Going to my speaker combo. Going to my speaker combo.
GT Omega. Stay ahead of the game.
Would you feel better if I said that this time?